You're listening to the Headlock Talkover podcast, where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling with Jack and Jeremy.
Hello and welcome to the Headlock Talkover podcast, a podcast where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling. Welcome to our 13th episode where we will be talking over WCW Slamboree 2000 and David Arquette's first and final title defense for WCW, I believe. I am Jeremy, joined as always by Jack. How are you, my man?
All right.
Good.
I'm allergic to the air.
Yeah, it's getting us today. So if we're a bit red-eyed, we're not high, I promise.
Are we not?
I'm speaking for myself.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
We're going to do a few predictions for you before we start off the full episode because we've got 2 premium live events between now and the next episode that we're releasing. So let's jump straight into that. We're going to go with NXT Battleground, and I want to do this quick fire. We've got 6 matches, and we don't follow NXT that much, so go with guts, and we will go from there. Let's start with the 6-way ladder match for the inaugural NXT Women's North American Championship.
Mm-hmm.
We have Sol Ruka versus Lash Legend, versus Fallon Henley versus Jada Parker versus Michin versus Kalani Jordan. Who you got?
I got a couple of questions first.
Cool.
Who's Jada Parker?
Don't know.
And who's Kalani Jordan?
Don't know.
Cool. Sol Ruka's winning.
I thought that when I first saw this card until I did a bit of research for the intro we've got here, and Sol Ruka won the match on last week's NXT TV. And if we know WWE and their weird booking decisions, it's that if you win in the week, you ain't winning at the weekend.
Because I was torn between Sol Ruka and Fallon Henley.
I think it might be Lash Legend, you know.
Yeah.
Sol Ruka would be who I want because she's put on some banging matches recently. But I don't know. I'm going to go Lash Legend. Sticking with Sol Ruka?
Yep.
Good. Next up, we have a triple threat match for the men's NXT North American Championship. We have Obafemi defending against Wesley and Joe Coffey. Who you got?
Is that a question?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Obafemi's
winning.
Have that man hold the title forever and then just have him face Gunther.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Have them beat the shit out of each other. I am all here for that.
That'll be good.
Next up, we have an NXT Underground match. What? Don't know what the fuck that is. Is that when they did Raw Underground? Is that what that is? Where they get rid of the ropes?
It's going to be a fight thing, isn't it? Yeah, because it's Baszler as well.
Shayna Baszler faces Lola Vice. Who you got?
Shayna Baszler?
I think Baszler's the right call. I don't know. I'm sorry. We don't follow NXT that closely. We thought we'd have some fun.
Yeah. This is that time where they remember that they have Shayna Baszler employed, so they're like, oh, we should push her.
Yeah, we said this an episode or 2 ago that we just remember she exists. She gets a couple of wins and then she disappears again for months. But they've at least brought her down to NXT where she did dominate back in the day.
To NXT.
Yeah, sure.
Are we still doing that? Are they still saying that?
I guess so.
Okay.
Next up, we have a match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We had the champions Nathan Frazier and Axiom defending against the OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Who you reckon?
That's strange.
Yeah, I forgot they were still employed, to be honest.
Isn't Nathan Frazier from Frazier from Jersey?
Possibly. I don't know if he's English.
I know he's English.
Yeah, I haven't really followed Nathan Frazier that much. I know a bit about Axiom. He's British, yeah? Must be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from Jersey, which is really weird. I used to go on holiday there.
It's a nice little holiday resort in the UK.
They're not winning. The OC are winning.
I disagree. I think Gallows and Anderson are willing to put people over. They're not. I mean, they're both big names outside of WWE. They kind of floundered a bit while being associated with AJ. It was a bit weird, but I don't think they're going to take the titles off Fraser and Axiom this quickly. I don't think they've had it very long, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that. In fact, wasn't it the day before Mania they won it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I think so. Stand and Deliver.
Yes,
I think it was.
I think they did.
There you go. Next up, we have a match for the NXT Women's Championship. We have Roxanne Perez defending against the TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
That's bizarre.
Who have you got and why?
Jordynne Grace.
You're a madman. You're a madman.
Jordan Grace.
They're not doing this. They're going to trade blows. Roxanne will go over to TNA, face Jordan for the Knockout Championship, and lose there.
I reckon they'll send a male wrestler to TNA.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Because I think we'll discuss that in a bit. Because if you're right, I think I know who it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, we have.
Before we move on as well, I don't see Roxanne as a credible champion. I don't get it. Like Jordan Grace should pick her up like this and just go like an accordion. And she'd be
looking at them. Yes, you're right. However, Roxanne Perez, which this could be the worst sentence I could say to you of all people. Roxanne Perez is a female Johnny Gargano. She's just full of heart, so she never gives up, and that's her thing. She's tiny, but she can take a beating. Exactly.
That's all I'm going to say.
Roxanne Accordion Perez. Got it.
Yeah. Without the pull part, squash her and leave her.
I'm
Pancake Perez.
You're on a roll. I'm going Roxanne. I think they're doing a 50-50 where she's going to go over to TNA.
I think you're right.
You're booking with your heart and not your head.
Just to wind you up on picking Jordan Grace.
Fair enough. And then finally we have a match for the TNT Championship. We have the champion Trick Williams defending against Ethan Page. Last time we recorded, Ethan Page wasn't in NXT.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Who you got and why?
This is tough. Trick hasn't had the belt that long. And
I think since before Stand and Deliver.
Page. There's Page. I'm going to go with Ethan Page.
I don't think it is. Can you tell me an example of someone joining NXT from a different company and winning the title straight away?
Didn't Adam Cole do that?
No, he was North American champion for a while first.
That was his first match, wasn't it? The ladder match.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I got no idea.
It doesn't happen in NXT. They have to build people.
Yeah.
Particularly with Michaels at the helm.
Well, Page has just jumped from AEW, isn't he? So they might be making an example. Look what they did with that's embarrassing. I forgot her name.
Jade.
Yep.
Jade Cargill.
Yep, Jade Cargill.
My argument to that is if that was the case, Lexis King would be champion right now.
Oh, he's employed.
He is employed.
I was excited for that.
This is exactly why I'm picking Trick Williams. I don't want it to be Trick Williams. I am a much bigger fan of Ethan Page than you are.
Oh, yeah,
big fan of Ethan Page.
I like him, but
I want him to be NXT champion, but now's not the time. Give him a little bit of time and he'll get there. Right, second set of predictions. We have Clash at the Castle in good old Glasgow. What shall we go with first? Let's go with the match for the Intercontinental Championship. We've got the champion Sami Zayn defending against Chad Gable. Who you got and why?
Don't even know if Chad's going to be there. His contract's technically expired.
Chad Gable is a professional. He's not going to not turn up.
Chad.
I think it's too early to tell because we have to know about the backstage stuff in terms of his contract. Because as far as we know, he's technically not employed.
Yeah.
Like his contract has expired, which also means he has no non-compete. I think if your contract expires, there's no non-compete. That's what happened with Adam Cole.
Yep.
So he could turn up in AEW tomorrow, which would be wild, but it could happen.
What if he's the one that turns up in TNA?
Could be, but that would be strange, I think.
Yeah.
While he's not with WWE.
Also, we spoke about this in private, but is Maxine Dupree the tallest member of Alpha Academy?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
You actually had to look it up, because based on pictures, she looked taller than Otis and Gable and definitely Tozawa.
Yeah.
So, what did you say? She was 5'9"?
She's 5'9". They said Otis was 5'10", but he stands really wide.
He's got the power stance with the open legs.
But because when I first saw it, she was always in heels, and I was like, God, she is really tall. And then that picture I sent you, she was in flats, but she was posing a bit, so she was like bent.
Yeah.
And she was still like the tallest one. I
think she has history with cheerleading and modelling and stuff like that. So being tall helps with those kind of things.
Right. So if I start cheerleading, I'll stop being 5'8".
Well, they're not mutually exclusive, but
I mean, I've never tried it. We could
stretch you out with some cheerleading.
Yep.
But you're going Gable.
I'm ready, willing, and Gable.
I'm going Zayn.
You're in Zayn.
What's that? What's happened to you?
This air is getting to me, man.
Yeah. Next up, let's go for the triple threat tag team match for the women's tag team championships. We have the champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. So she's on 2 PLEs in 2 weeks, as well as Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the hometown heroes. Who have you got and why?
Bianca and Cargill.
Of course.
I mean, they've only put the Witches. Do they have a tag team name? Because I thought they were the Witches.
They did last time I looked, but I can't remember what they're called. I want to say Fire and Desire, but that was Sonya Deville's old tag team.
Yeah. I mean, they're only on there because they're Scottish.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if they take the pin, though. I think Zoe will probably take the pin.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, Bianca and Cargill, I totally agree on that. Let's go for the match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The champion Damian Priest defending against Drew McIntyre, another hometown hero. Who have you got and why?
Priest.
Oh. Now,
Priest, and it won't be clean.
This for me is the hardest match to predict. Purely because, and I don't, this will tell exactly when we're recording this. Did you happen to see the latest Wrestle Talk video?
No.
I didn't. I just saw the thumbnail, and that was enough to clue me in on what might happen. So there are 2 possibilities of what's going to happen. Punk will turn up and cost Drew his shot, leading to a match between them at SummerSlam.
That's what
assuming Punk's ready by then.
That's what I think is going to happen, yeah.
Or Drew wins and exits through the crowd, blowing a kiss and all.
Oh!
That was on the Wrestle Talk video. And it's made me think. Yeah,
all those pieces are there. The stars have aligned.
I think it's difficult because because it's in Glasgow. Drew's obviously going to be the face in the situation, but if Punk does the thing, he's a heel there, but is he a heel everywhere else? It's one of those weird ones where they're like, oh, it's backwards because we're somewhere else.
We're in, what do they say? Crazy land.
Cuckoo land. Yeah, something like that. I'm going Priest. I think you're right, but I think Punk turns up and costs him.
No way is it going to be clean.
No,
at all.
Not a chance. Not with Drew.
No,
it shouldn't be. We have a match for the WWE Women's Championship. We have the champion Bayley defending against another hometown hero in Piper Niven, along with Chelsea Green. Who have you got and why?
Bayley.
Yeah, of course. They're going to make Piper look real fucking good, though.
Yep.
Apparently, I didn't watch SmackDown, but apparently Piper Niven tore Bayley a new one on the mic, which last thing I expected because she's not known for her promo skills.
No,
but apparently she did really well.
All I'm picturing is it with subtitles on, and then in brackets it just says "shouts in Scottish."
Yeah,
like in the Rumble.
Yeah, when
it did it,
yeah, it did do that. In Scottish as well.
Shouts in Scottish.
And finally, we have a match for the undisputed WWE Championship, which is an I Quit match between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. Who have you got and why?
Styles doesn't have a very good track record with I Quit matches.
If you've watched any of our last few episodes, you know that's true.
It's Cody Rhodes.
It's definitely Cody Rhodes. They're not going to take the title off him this soon. And this ties into some newsworthy stuff that we will get to shortly. Right, so that's the predictions. Let's jump into what's happened in the week of wrestling, or the last couple of weeks, because it's been a couple of weeks since we've recorded like this. So news has recently broke that TNT, the American television network, has lost their rights to NBA games. Okay. Apparently there's been a big deal, like a measure between ESPN, another company, and Amazon, for the total of $76 billion over the course of a number of years. So TNT, up to a certain point, will no longer be getting NBA on their TV channels. NBA matches are their number one most watched program.
Mm-hmm.
You want to guess what number 2 is?
No.
It's AEW. So if they can't give NBA a load of money, they might have to go to the next best thing. That might give Tony Khan a lot of bargaining power when it comes to their negotiations, which are very, very soon.
Yeah.
So AEW might get a hell of a lot of money, which might increase production, allow Tony to hire a lot of new people, because you know how he loves to do that.
Yeah.
Could be interesting. Could blow up in his face. But either way,
it's going to be fun to see.
It's looking good. It's looking good for them. You want to know how long it's been since we recorded an intro for an episode, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
MJF's returned in between the last one and this one.
Oh, God, he has.
Yeah, that feels like ages ago, doesn't it?
Huh.
Yeah, so he's returned. Looks like he's gunning for everyone at the moment. He's taken shots at Swerve. He's taken shots at Ospreay. He's taken shots at pretty much everybody he can. We don't quite know who he's going to face at Forbidden Door yet, I don't think. So it's kind of up in the air. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have a match on the card. But this is Forbidden Door we're talking about, so you never know.
Did you hear those reports about he did approach WWE?
Feasible.
He apparently asked to be one of the top 3 most paid in the company, and they said no.
To be fair, a talker like him, I think he's within his right to ask for a lot.
That just says to me WWE don't think he's worth that much yet.
You have to remember the discussions we've had before where they've been lowballing everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't think they want to justify spending that much because it gives them less bargaining power with those whose contracts are expiring very soon.
I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. And then there's 2 other things with Can
we talk about his shit tattoo as well?
Yeah, actually. Let's talk about that.
What?
I have a few tattoos. You have many tattoos. I can spot shit line work when I see it.
Yeah.
You definitely can.
It was awful.
Terrible.
Awful.
Terrible tattoo.
I wonder if it was done that way just so they can cover it up.
Possibly, but because it's a casino chip in the middle, that can be covered up. It can just say bet on yourself. But they've still got the terrible flag line in.
Fill in the AEW bit. And it's on like the back of his leg, so
smart.
It's easy to cover up.
He's been very smart with it, but it works as
he works in a company where Malachi Black works, Brody King works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure they know some tattooists that are good.
You think, wouldn't you?
All it would be just a quick text. Oh, man, I'm thinking of getting this tattoo.
Don't go to him.
Yeah, go to him.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Cool. Maybe he's such a heel in real life.
Yeah, he's like, thank you, Malachi.
Malachi's like, yeah, I know a place.
Right.
It'll cost you £10 round the corner.
Speaking of Malachi, though, shall we talk about the absolute mess that is the TNT title situation now? Because last time we spoke, we were anticipating a steel cage match that went horribly wrong.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Adam Copeland is a daft 50-year-old donkey who broke his leg by jumping off a cage and trying to land on his feet.
Yeah, he did it Sid Vicious style, didn't he?
Yeah, and I don't know how he didn't completely snap his leg like Sid either.
He could have ended up like Roxanne Perez.
Fuck's sake. Pancake Perez and Crepe Copeland. So, I don't know, because he must have known there was something wrong with his leg when he landed.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they call an audible and just put the title on Black?
Because wrestlers.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And now it's vacant, and who knows who's going to have it. I think Jack Perry's lined up to get it next, based on what I've seen. Because they're doing I think they're doing a ladder match at Forbidden Door for 6 people, and Jack Perry's already in. I think Nick Wayne's been earmarked for it, and Briscoe's been added as well. But I think it's Perry's to lose.
Maybe it was Perry was going to be the one to take it off Copeland, maybe.
Possibly, but it should have been Black. We were both saying that was the moment to do it.
Yeah.
But they won't do it.
I said it was going to be Copeland, didn't I?
I just feel bad for Black, to be honest, because he's stuck there for another 3 years. He can't be happy.
No.
Obviously, he's on good money, but...
From the moment that whole Vince thing happened and Triple H got into power, I said he's going to be one of the first people to go, I want to go back. Because he was a Triple H guy. His wife is over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's same with Buddy.
Yeah, but he hasn't yet. It's strange. It's very, very strange. The only other thing I want to dwell on quickly in terms of AEW is the news report that you showed me that Pentagon Jr.'s contract is up very, very soon. This summer, in fact. I believe, I don't know where I heard this.
Is that his hand thing?
Zero Miedo.
Oh, I thought it was an M.
Yeah, that's the M.
Oh.
It's like, 0 and then M.
It's like people just do nothing with their K's.
I've never seen that show, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Keep it corrupt. No, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not. I believe Penta has made a thing in his career where he only ever signs 1-year contracts. Right. So he's got a little bit more freedom. I also believe, though, which has add credence to what you were speculating on, is that I think he's trying to get an official trademark for the name, which means he can keep it if he decides to jump ship somewhere.
Yes.
And WWE seem to be big fans of him, so...
because they're always after the next Rey Mysterio.
Of course.
Which I think...
I don't think Penta's that guy.
I think, Dragon Lee's living up to it at the minute, because didn't he get injured the week before WrestleMania?
Yeah.
That's the most...
He's back now, though.
That's the most Rey Mysterio thing he could have done.
Yeah.
Penta seems like one of those gimmicks that's going to absolutely kill in NXT.
But not on the main.
But not on main, no.
Yeah, definitely not. He's a different style of wrestler. He's not a luchador in the WWE sense.
He's a proper luchador.
Yeah, exactly. He's not Rey Mysterio Jr., but I think Rey Fenix could have fit that. And they are brothers, so they might jump ship together.
Yeah, you never know, do you?
Exactly. So 2 things from SmackDown up to now. You talked earlier about TNA and someone possibly jumping ship. So we know that at Clash at the Castle, it's an I Quit match between Cody and AJ.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
So he might be quitting WWE.
Yeah.
Going over to TNA for a little while.
Oh, God.
While still being employed with WWE.
That's
And to be honest, we talked about this in private because I've made no secret of the fact that AJ is my favorite wrestler. Full stop. If he retires in Glasgow, like retires, and I wasn't there, I'll never forgive myself. So I'm hoping that he goes to TNA.
I said to you, didn't I? I don't think this is going to be it.
I really hope not.
I think it will be an I Quit match. What I pitched to you is he quits in the I Quit match, angles for another title shot against Rhodes. Rhodes says, "Well, I've already beaten you. You've already said I quit," and then it becomes title versus career.
Yeah, so like SummerSlam.
Yeah, because I said I can hear it in AJ's voice. Is next time I quit for good. I'm not going to try and do a Southern accent.
No, because. But my problem is, and we. Based on Bound for Glory a couple of episodes ago, we were like just annoyed at I Quit matches because they're so difficult to book well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Triple H who knows what he's doing with that stuff, but how do you make that work?
Yeah, you just can't, can you?
No, because the only thing you have with AJ is his family, and if you go for his family, he's just going to get angry. He's not going to quit.
We'll see what happens.
The only other thing is news that dropped this morning. That Ricochet has officially announced that he wants to leave. He wants out of WWE.
Not surprising. It's probably the worst kept secret as to where he's going.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this as well, but he very, very recently dropped his Speed Championship to Andrade.
Yeah. They'll write him off now.
I'm doing weird fancy booking stuff in my head because, as you said, it's no secret where he's going. What if at All In, Ospreay calls an open challenge for his international championship?
It's the match that broke the internet, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They could do that again in Wembley Stadium.
That'd be good.
I think that's the best way to bring him into the fold, but there's obviously other ways they can do it. I think the problem with that is that he has to lose.
That's what I was thinking.
And I don't think that's what the right solution is that Ricochet loses his opening match.
Unless he doesn't.
But for Ospreay to lose in London, it's...
Ospreay to lose in London to a debuting someone that's loved by the IWC.
But it's still...
is probably the best way to soften the blow of Ricochet.
It's still... that's a lose-lose situation for me.
And why did you pitch it?
Because I want to see it.
Because some men just want to see the world burn.
Exactly. All right, that's all I got for the news, unless there's anything else you want to discuss.
No.
Perfect. So let's jump straight in to WCW Slamboree 2000. Thank you for listening this far. If you'd consider giving us a like, a follow, or a subscribe, or anything that can help this podcast grow, let us know what you think of the episode. Let us know any other pay-per-views you'd like us to discuss in the future, because we're more than happy to do so. Enjoy.
Oh, Slamboree.
I can't believe we have to watch this twice.
Yeah. So, interesting fact about this, I'm going to say it now, so it just gets out of the way. This is the first pay-per-view in that arena since Owen Hart's incident.
Oh, is this for Over the Edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
There had been other wrestling shows in that arena, but this is the first pay-per-view since it happened.
Yeah. Also, this is the first pay-per-view I think I've ever seen where there's no voiceover, and all you get for context is replays from the weekly shows,
It's
just to
mad.
catch you up as to what's going on.
Yeah, there was some stuff going on, like the New Breed and the what's it called, the Millionaires
the New Blood
Club
and the Millionaires Club.
Yeah, and this wasn't long after they'd done the whole stripped every one of the titles. Also, if anyone hears anything weird on the audio, as we're recording this, there is a storm happening outside.
Should be fun.
Which is perfectly apt for this episode because it feels like you're watching a storm, like it's just madness.
Yeah, it's chaotic like one, that's for bloody sure. But, oh boy. We've only just started and I already want to stop. It's like watching a tennis match on fast forward. That's what this pay-per-view's like.
Yeah. My head was spinning by the end of it.
What? Who the fuck's that? What is he doing here again?
Here they are, coming out of the same bus, Millionaires Club.
And then we have
Vampiro
New
looking
Blood.
Cool as fuck.
Yeah. This also seemed weird to me. It made a little bit more sense as the show went on. Surely you'd want the newer guys to be the faces?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mad. It's WCW at its finest.
But you got the likes of Vampiro and Tori Wilson and all that lot. And then we've got the same thing again, just in like a collage.
Yeah, and Russo referring to himself as the Batman.
Just hearing him shout, "I am the Batman!" That's
Oh.
ridiculous.
His accent comes out so strong in this. The bits that he's doing with Elizabeth. Go change your dress. I'm not. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna try.
That's all we need.
Yes.
Yes, you get nothing here. That you don't even know who these people are. If you're watching this for the first time.
They keep referring to Hulk Hogan as Terry Bollea as well.
Yeah, I don't know if there was something going on at the time, or whether because it was the heels and like Hogan's the face in the scenario, they were trying to expose him for who he really is, I guess.
No idea.
We're talking about a time where David Arquette is world champion, so
Says a lot about your promotion when you have like a. I mean, he's not really A-list, is he? B-list?
I guess
Celebrity?
at the time, yeah. Because Scream had not long happened, I think.
I think at this point he was more famous for being married to Courtney Cox.
Yeah, they mention it specifically in the.
She's on it.
Is she? I didn't see her.
Yeah, it's mad.
I didn't remember seeing her. I'm a massive Friends fan, so thinking time-wise here, he might have just married her.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Now that we're married, Courtney,
I
want to go wrestle all the time.
I watch Friends.
I'm a massive Friends fan. I was trying to think of the timeline as to when they got married because I know they pretty much bring it up in the show.
Because of like my age and your age.
Yeah.
It's just it's always on. Friends was always on.
Oh yeah, it's still on now though.
Yeah.
We're 20 years removed from it finishing.
This match happens as well.
Yeah. Chris Candido versus The Artist for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship.
You know anything about Prince Ikea?
No, I was waiting to record to ask you.
Just WCW mid-carder. Didn't really do much after WCW, I don't think.
Didn't go by any other names that I might have heard of.
Just Prince Ikea and The Artist. That's all I know him from anyway.
Here comes Chris Candido, accompanied by Tammy, because she don't go by Sonny in WCW.
Nope, that's awkward because I wrote Sonny in my notes. That shows how much I was paying attention, really, doesn't it?
No, he doesn't deserve to go by Sonny anymore.
No. He always was a good promo, though, to be fair.
That was the reason it was Cornette, I think, originally, that kind of pushed her.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
She was in a promotion that he was running, whether it was Smoky Mountain or something else, I'm not sure, but he was.
Yeah, I'm not sure about history.
He was the one pushing her because he could tell that there was something about her and she was just a good talker. But Tammy says she's going to take her clothes off for us. How 2,000 of her. But it's just a short dress.
Yeah, and Candido's like, no, don't look, but I'm just in my pants.
But he's nowhere near as hot as Tammy, obviously. Depends who you ask.
Yeah, what, now, or? That's just really awkward.
No.
Forget I said that, because...
Yeah, I want to bring up a couple of things here, music-wise. So, the artist music, sounds like the intro of it specifically. It sounds like the beginning of "Don't Dream It's Over" by Crowded House, with the little chords just sprinkling its way through before the weird drum beat kicks in.
Do you know who Paisley is?
Nope.
Charmel.
Oh, okay.
Booker's wife.
I did think she looked familiar, but
I don't think they were married at this point.
no, yeah, probably not. That was it. I have got it written down here. The theme song for, I don't know if it's the WCW one at the time or if it's the one for this specific pay-per-view, sounds like Smack My Bitch Up.
It does.
Yeah.
I know the one you mean.
Like, it was so close where I genuinely considered it might be that song and they'd licensed it for the show.
Yeah. This was a
match
that happened, wasn't it?
I found a lot of that during this show, to be fair. There wasn't much that gripped me.
I noticed it a lot in this. And we might have to watch some more Arquette matches to find out, but he has a bad habit of just standing there and waiting for moves to happen to him.
Oh, I didn't notice this. I noticed there were a couple of botches throughout the match.
Yeah, there is a few. The end's pretty decent from what I remember. But yeah, I noticed it and then I couldn't unsee it. When like Candido's running the ropes or something, he just stands and waits and like just doesn't emote. I mean, that's a hell of a bump as well.
Body drop straight over the turnbuckle and out onto the floor. And I think he catches his leg on the commentary table on the way down. Nasty.
So Tammy's scream as well. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Candido up top.
It's like he went up there and then didn't know what to do afterwards.
No, I think he was waiting for the artist to get into position and he just wasn't getting into position. He was probably just standing there.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's a timing issue or what's going on, but I love that as well. Go ahead, Scott, and then there's just silence.
I got nothing, Tony.
An awkward amount of time. Tony just interrupts him, and then he's like, well, I'm not going to finish now.
Yeah, we got Scott Hudson and Mark Madden on commentary joining Tony Schiavone. We've seen a show with Scott Hudson. Can't remember which one it was, but I know Scott Hudson we've seen before. And Mark Madden,
Greed.
I don't think we have.
I think it was Greed.
Might have been Greed. Makes sense.
Arquette looks absolutely gassed already.
Yeah. You're like 5 minutes in, mate. I think there's a reason he's wearing a shirt.
He was always pretty ripped, I think.
Yeah, that's even more bizarre than if he was.
But it was like a weird Prince gimmick.
I did get that impression. There's a lot of purple in the entrance, so
yeah,
I thought it might have been.
Artist formerly known as.
But this was, well, there you go. You have a weird headlock takeover that was just, it didn't work properly.
It looked crap, but it looked real.
Yeah, I think it's because Candido probably actually just threw him over.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you're not coming with me, I'm taking you with me.
And Candido was good as well. You could get a match out of anybody.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen his Dark Side of the Ring episode, but I know it just didn't go very well for him. He had a lot of bad luck.
Did he have a lot of bad luck, or was it?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been a while. But I think things kind of went downhill when they broke up.
Yeah. I can't remember if I've watched that, the Dark Side of the Ring. I've not watched that many Dark Side of the Rings.
Yeah. Particularly if they're relevant to that. That's a horrible bum. A suplex to the outside. But the artist doesn't go down with him. He just stands there.
It's mad, isn't it?
You're onto something here. Because ridiculous.
What is he talking about Richter scales? He took a 10 and he's going to take a 9.
That didn't make sense to you?
No.
That made perfect sense to me. He's on about the landing to the outside.
But he didn't land on the outside.
Exactly. He avoided the 9. That's what he was saying.
Straight up low blow.
Yeah, we brought this up in Greed, and
I think they mentioned it. There's relaxed rules.
Yeah, I think that must have been the explanation for Greed as well.
Right, yeah, okay.
They're probably under New Blood rules. But they never mention it in Greed. We just got to take their word for it that it's supposed to happen.
He got that powerbomb. He was having that powerbomb.
Do you think Candido sandbagged him, though? Because...
No, he looks like he picked him up and stumbled and lost his balance, I think.
Yeah, nobody won in this match, really, did they? Oh, my God.
And then I think this is the diving schoolboy, is it? And he misses completely?
It's a comedy of errors to kind of go back to back to back. The botched powerbomb, the botched Hurricane Rana from the top, and then the botched flying schoolboy, which isn't really a move.
I think the Hurricane Rana, that's a legit reversal if you block it, but the camera didn't get it. The camera just got it from behind, so it just looks like Arquette sits there.
Yeah.
If you got it from the front, you could at least see him holding or bracing.
He did just sit there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just, oh boy. Yeah, throughout this show, Tony's kind of scrambling to get something.
Yeah. Tony carries this.
And the problem I also had is
does.
that Scott and Mark, they sound so similar, I don't know who's who.
Yeah. To be fair, I kind of forgot there was 3 people on commentary.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because one of them's a face and one of them's a heel out of the two of them as well.
They don't. It might be because it's 3 people, but they don't like. There's no silence. They don't stop talking at all. It's like a
You
constant
can't give them
stream
silence.
of just noise. It's like, oh my god.
Tammy just twats the artist on the head with a chair.
I mean, it wasn't it's a fairly decent chair shot as well. The noise was good.
It made a hell of a noise. And then they botched the pin as well.
No, the music plays and everything. It's really weird.
So they knew Candido was going to win, obviously. And again, that's on the artist. Because he didn't quite kick out in time.
They had the music cued.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless he was doing that wrestling thing where you kick out after 3, but he mistimed it and actually kicked out. And
After this match, I don't think I can give the artist that much credit.
Yeah, fair.
There you go. Now we've got the 3 count. Candido wins and retains. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it happened, didn't it?
Yeah, Pammy got so excited. Her flesh-coloured bra is showing now.
Is that what that is?
They take her dress off in a minute, mate.
Oh, they do, don't they?
She's just wearing flesh-coloured underwear for some reason.
Look at her struggling to get the belt on as well. She's like, fuck it now. Come on, he's not a massive guy. It's Chris Candido.
No, she's just fumbling.
The crowd go mad, thinking there's going to be like a cat fight.
And there isn't. Low blow to Candido. And Tammy's trying to escape, but artist stops her.
Got waffled with a steel chair.
And off comes the dress.
That guy in the mustache there is just like, eh? Why is she embarrassed that they took her dress off, but that she was more than willing to take it off at the
She
start?
was wearing barely anything more than that 20 seconds ago.
It's just, it's mad, isn't it?
That's wrestling logic for you.
I tell you what it reminds me of, when the Usos, I think they were doing a thing with Jimmy and Naomi on the screen.
Right.
And Mandy Rose was trying to flirt with Jimmy by giving her like pictures like, here's me in my lingerie. And the lingerie pictures, she's wearing more than what she wears in the ring. And it was just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
There you go. Definitely 3 people on commentary.
Mark Madden, watch him throughout this. He does stupid things in it. When he goes guitar and he goes...
There you go, you just did it there. That was perfect timing. You did it as you did it.
It's so stupid. When I first watched this as well, I thought there was something really weird with Shivani's face.
Because there's no facial hair on
But he doesn't look too bad now.
Definitely the fact there's no facial hair.
Yeah, I mean, he does look... He looks like he's aged 100 years since this. You say DD me?
He calls him that throughout the whole show. And towards the end, he actually messes up and calls him DDB a load of times.
Terry Funk is middle-aged and crazy.
So much so, he's defending his hardcore championship in a handicap match.
Look at all these unprotected chair shots.
How is he still alive?
He's not.
Did he? Oh, yeah. I forgot he died. It was very recent, that's why. Oh, boy.
How he lived as long as he did is absolutely baffling.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
It's not what I meant. As soon as I heard them say it would be Screaming Norman, I was like, oh boy, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I told you about this gimmick, didn't I, during the...
It was the TNA episode.
Yeah, the NWA TNA episode. We just had a gimmick where he just scream. It just chucks the belt down. Where is he in there? Right, fuck it. Your bottom playing ass.
He says it twice as well.
He's so good. Pushes the door so much and he has to push it again.
Uh-oh, that's not Norman. Norman's behind him. With a fire extinguisher for good measure.
And so the torrent begins. This is madness. This is about where the match starts getting mental and then the whole entire pay-per-view just goes completely mental.
Oh, it gets off to a bad start and then it kind of gains ground and then it all just falls apart again.
Yeah. The way Terry Funk sells and the way he wrestles... You completely believe everything he's doing.
Yeah, definitely. He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
The man did it for 60 years, basically.
Oh, the light even goes off in the vending machine.
They actually broke the vending machine, so yeah, they're not holding anything back, really, are they? Yeah, I'm 90% sure that was the man who was in the toilet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
who was
his
Smiley's friend, partner.
You notice when Funk rolls down the the thing there. He like drags his face along like the wall and
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, it's just little things with Funk, man. He was so good.
That's the reason he made it work so much, isn't it? You want to talk about people just standing there, Jack? I
Yeah.
can't remember the gentleman's name.
Ralphus.
Ralphus. I know it ended in us.
Ralphus was he was a truck driver
Right.
for WCW, and he debuted as Jericho's bodyguard when he
Okay.
and he'd come out with Jericho. But Jericho only picked it because, I mean, look at him.
Yeah. It's just the man's built like a lint truffle.
Yeah,
It's just round.
he's
Just round.
yeah. He looks like he's been carved out of ham.
With ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not really
It's
a
just-
handicap match, is it?
I don't think that was supposed to happen either.
Well,
They just take the set down.
You do notice the scaffolding isn't holding anything up, so I think it's okay.
And Smiley starts screaming.
And then Ralph was just sort of throwing empty boxes at him.
I love the way Funk no sells it. He's like, oh, just
And they
fuck
start
off.
throwing chairs at Ralphus, and Ralphus kind of half sells it as well.
And they're not like the fold-up chairs. They're like the chairs you got in school.
Metal legs,
Yeah.
one
It's
piece
just
of plastic chairs.
Fucking chucking them up. He's like, fucking stop it.
And Ralphus apparently just can't hit Funk on the head
Just-
with a trash can properly, because Funk never sells a hit from Ralphus the entire time.
I think that Ralphus, because obviously he's not trained, he must have gone, oh, I'm going to take it easy on you. And you just can't on Terry Funk. He's
No.
like, literally, fucking hit me as hard as you
He
can.
will make you pay for it if you don't hit it with all you've got. He'll give you a receipt for not hitting him.
Just Smiley screaming. It's just, I don't know what's going on.
It's worse than Tammy.
I'm so gutted the camera cut then because I wanted to see Ralphus slide down those barrels.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Well,
Stands there
honestly,
when the pin's going
entire match, I'm just not paying attention to Ralphus. I barely realise he's there.
Yeah. At this point, you don't know it's him.
Well, the crowd soon knows it's him with enough time. They get to know Ralphus very well.
Oh, it's such a good gimmick.
Just to scream.
He used to do it in like hardcore matches where he'd be like hiding and start screaming because he was scared. Oh, it was so good. He's still employed by WWE.
Is he?
Yeah, he's one of the trainers. He had a big career in like, I don't know why I can never say this place. Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
What makes me laugh about this especially is that Ralphus is so shit. The commentators just keep pointing out how shit he is.
Yeah.
Like Mark Madden, who's a big guy, is Mark Madden. He's like, this guy moves slower than I do. This is the worst mystery partner I've ever seen in my life.
He's waiting for his pacemaker to start.
There you go. And he's just stood there in full baseball gear. Let's not.
There's
eliminate
the
that
pin
fact.
look. Like
It's
this is so good.
Oh.
Look at Funk just not selling, just staring at him like what?
He's bopping him on the head at best with a trash can.
Just swats him with it.
Luckily, this is so bad it's good, but not just bad.
This might have taken our top spot for like backstage brawls, like because it was held by Ivory and Luna Vachon.
Yeah, that ridiculous one from last time.
But I think this might have topped it.
I'm also confused as to why they
It's
were...
like, what the fuck are you doing? And then just smacks him.
I am also confused as to why they're both wearing baseball attire. Smiley,
I can answer that.
I remember him wearing pants, and that was it. And by pants, I mean underwear.
It is the local sports team of where they are, and they had just won a championship.
Okay, but Funk is supposed to be the face.
Yeah, don't worry about
Weird dynamic in WCW in 2000, it seems.
that. Shivani described it during this period as a coffin on roller skates. So
Accurate. So Funk's just dragging Ralphus down to the ring now that he's dealt with Smiley.
he didn't want that chair shot either. And Funk's just like, yeah.
Although at this point we still don't know it's Ralphus because he's got the baseball catcher mask on, so we don't see him.
And he's got the body pad pulled over.
Yeah, we just know it's a fat dude at this point. So obviously I'm not very familiar with Smiley. Is he supposed to be stupid?
It's just comedy.
We'll come back to that.
I don't think it's stupid. Of course it's Ralphus. Why would it not be Ralphus?
That is just a man.
Yeah, he was a truck driver, and you know what? I am so glad we can't see what is going on right there.
So Funk goes to throw Ralphus in the ring, and because it's WCW in 2000, the ramp is level with the ring. Throws him over. He goes halfway over, and his baseball shorts slide down so the crowd can see what he had for breakfast.
And then just takes that ladder to the back of the head.
And Ralphus doesn't pull those back up until the match ends.
Yeah.
Either.
Look at that belly button. What is that? What is it?
It's like imploded.
It's like
what
a,
it is.
It's like a sideways
Yeah.
sort of smiley face on his.
It's like a massive third nipple.
Oh, it's just madness. Oh, is this the? Oh, this.
Weird ladder spot, yeah.
Oh my god.
So
just throw.
Smiley just drops a ladder onto Funk's head as he's standing up. That's fucking nasty.
Jesus Christ. When I saw that, I thought he was going to do the Terry Funk
So
spot. Yeah, where he has it through his head and spins. It would have been perfect, but
I think he got his he got his clock clean with that.
He's going to do the big wiggle.
That's not what I remember the wiggle being. A dry hump from behind. Start with the chair shots to the head. I know it's Terry Funk, but Jesus. And now Ralphus wants to go. He wants to wiggle.
Well, I don't think he can help but wiggle. Look at the state of him. He's got the physique of a melting candle.
Yes, he has.
What are we watching right now?
Yeah, Ralphus giving Funk a wiggle and taking a chair shot for the privilege.
Look at the marks on his back. That's someone that doesn't take bumps very often.
Yeah.
He's got bruises showing up already.
And Funk gets the roll up on Smiley and wins because Smiley was too busy checking on Ralphus to make sure he was okay.
I mean, when I watched this first, I thought, okay, we might have peaked now.
Peaked?
I thought there's no way it's going to get like more chaotic than that. It does.
Does it?
It does.
Spoiler alert for you guys.
Madness.
Smiley's they've lost the match, they're just having a wiggle. That's what I mean, like, he comes across as a bit stupid.
I think he's just someone that's having fun. I don't think it's stupid like R-Truth.
Yeah.
Stupid, but goofy, wacky.
Mean Gene is backstage with David Arquette, and David Arquette being the green promo cutter he is just like, I'm scared, Gene.
Gene, $1 million an episode. What was his big thing, David Arquette? Has he had like a film that you know?
Not really. Scream franchise is probably the best you've got.
Because I think I've only ever seen one film with him in.
I think he's been in a few of the Scream films.
I've never seen one.
I think I've only seen the first one.
The only thing I've seen him in, and I doubt you'll remember he's in this. He's in Bone Tomahawk.
I haven't seen Bone Tomahawk.
He's in that. He's at the very start.
Yeah.
So this was weird.
Perfect versus Perfect.
Well, he can't use Mr. Perfect,
of
can
course,
he?
because it's a WWF trademark at this point. But Sean, the Perfect One Stasiak, takes on Kurt Hennig.
What's he wowing at as well? He just comes out
himself.
Wow.
When did this happen?
Yeah, Sean Stasiak's a weird one.
We said this during Greed. Like, everything was there, really, wasn't it? But just didn't work out.
Second generation curse, though, isn't it?
Wow. Not always, but most of the time.
Well, his dad was quite big.
He was WWE champion. One of the first WWE champions.
WWF?
Yeah, I think so.
Worldwide Wrestling Federation?
That's the Badger.
Why is my voice going high up?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
They even mention it's gimmick infringement. Kurt Hennig should be WCW heavyweight champion. He should have been world champion full stop.
Wasn't he ever?
No.
In either company?
No.
What a shame.
I see.
It's fine. There's still hope for his
son.
Was
he? Oh, God.
What were we saying about second generation?
Oh, God. Well, yeah. Curtis Axel's got the...
I want to know where this is going.
Like, charisma of this microphone. I always love that chewing gum spot where he spits it and just goes, pah. He does it every time.
What are you talking about? This is the age of McGillicuddy.
What's he doing now?
Sitting on his fucking ass. I don't know.
Yep. So this match has something really weird in it. It has possibly my favourite hip toss I've ever seen in my life.
I look forward to seeing it.
I've never seen a hip toss like that looks so good. It was like on point. That wasn't it.
I should hope not.
What does it say on the? Oh, it says perfect one, doesn't it? Oh yeah, because they're both second generation, aren't they?
Is he? I didn't know where Hennig was.
Yeah, Larry the Axe was his name. That's where Curtis Axel.
Wow, that would make him third generation then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
normally not cursed.
Who's third generation?
Orton, Mysterio.
That hip toss there
That was beautiful.
is insane.
Perfect's very good in the ring, and Stasiak can take that kind of bump, no problem. Yeah, I get it. But no, Dom Mysterio and Curtis Axel and Randy Orton, all third generation.
Isn't Rock third generation?
Yes. There you go. Kind of not cursed, apart from Curtis Axel. Because
Roman's not, is he?
no, don't think so.
No.
If we're going to go through the whole Anoa'i thing, we'll be here all night. Let's just agree that they're all pretty good wrestlers.
Yeah, those Samoans are all right, aren't they?
Yeah, just a bit.
So I was watching this in preparation for this, and I watched it with my wife, and she said, "Who's that muscly man?" And I said, "Oh, that's Sean Stasiak." And she said, "He looks like Chris Pine if Chris Pine drew himself."
She's not wrong.
I know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, have fun on seeing that.
Are we talking Chris Pine now? When he's kind of past it a little bit.
Draw yourself a bit, yeah. My arms are bigger than that. I got abs. That kick out looked a bit weird as well. It looked like he was supposed to like push him off, and Stasiak was supposed to go through the ropes. Right. It looks like because he rolled out anyway afterwards. They do want to see the fisticuffs.
Yeah, it's a rabid crowd here in Kansas City, Missouri.
When did Hennig die?
I think it was in the late 2000s. I think.
Yeah, I thought it was.
So no, he did a stint with WWE in like 2002.
His last match in TNA.
Possibly.
And it was something on a pole, if I remember.
Sounds like TNA to me. They have just pointed out as well that the Misfits in action, one of which being Chavo Guerrero.
Oh yeah, it took me a while to notice it.
I didn't spot that it was him until they said his name.
Yeah,
because it looks nothing like him.
And then it was Van Hammer and the other one.
Yeah, I know who they are.
It's probably better you don't, to be honest.
Yeah.
Weird sort of diving clothesline because he hits
for a guy that size. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Guy as big as Stasiak.
But yeah, Stasiak had all the tools, and that thud when Hennig hits the ramp, I think because there's a camera or a mic right there, it's just...
Yeah, I think he might have just missing that X factor that allows him to sort of relate with the crowd.
I don't think he was the best on the mic either.
He was fine in Greed when we saw them.
Serviceable, not the worst.
Definitely, he can cut a promo, no doubt.
But with a physique like that, good in the ring, you can get away with being average, especially like second generation as well.
Yeah,
you can get away with being like completely average.
Well, he got away with just running into things for a while. So, what did he shout whenever he did it? He always used to shout the same thing.
Wasn't it?
Was it just Stasiak?
I think so. And then he was Planet Stasiak.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that might have been WCW. And then he was Meat.
I didn't know if it was him that was Meat. I was going to ask, and I was like, that's somebody else.
With the Pretty Mean Sisters. Get it? PMS? That's funny.
The man there holding DDP's book.
Who was that? Pretty Mean. It was Jacqueline Terry Runnels.
Right.
And another one.
There are a lot of another ones today.
Yeah. What was Hennig doing then where he's hopping on one foot? He's like, punch.
It's because he's perfect.
Sting rules in the back, or is that Sting rules?
Yeah.
Sting's rules?
Yeah. Why not?
He just fucking paintbrushes.
Hennig just gives... that is Charles Robinson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tiny little slap on the head, and he's like, what's that for?
You don't see that move anymore, do you?
The toss?
Yeah. The catapult, or whatever it is.
Yeah, not so much. I think it's kind of... It might have gone past being believable. And there's Stasiak with the perfect plex who gets the win.
They call it... they call it the Hennigplex, don't they?
Yeah, that's what they call it. But it's a perfect plex, we know. That's a very weird ending that you don't see a lot of. Hennig must have really liked Stasiak to let that happen, to let him use his own finisher against him and win.
Yeah, I mean, I think they must have been pretty high on Stasiak. The later WCW ones that we've watched, he's on them. So he seemed to always be on pay-per-view around this time. I like that. He starts stretching his back in the ring. He hugs his knees.
I kind of thought he was going to kip up.
Imagine that.
Yeah, very weird to have someone get beaten by their own finisher. Doesn't really happen.
No. People tease it. Because I know Taker's been tombstoned quite a lot.
Yes, he has. Although there are a few people who have that move. The perfect plex. Not many people do it. The fisherman suplex.
Yeah. Squatty baby. No, I didn't. I said I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, Russo does that. And Scott's like, I told you before, don't touch me.
It's the calmest I've ever seen Scott Steiner as well.
Yeah.
He's like,
about to go out to the ring.
don't touch me.
Now a match for the United States Championship.
So again, when Steiner came out, I said to AJ, I want you to keep in mind this guy says he's never done steroids. And she saw him come out and went, how?
By lying.
Yeah. And here he is.
Hugh Morris, Bill DeMott himself. I didn't realise, and I can't remember if you pointed it out to me at the time, didn't realise it was a play on words.
Hugh Morris?
Yeah, didn't get it. Didn't click in my head.
And his finisher was called the No Laughing Matter. There was just the moonsault.
Yeah, so he gets a new name, which becomes Hugh G. Rection, or Captain Rection, if you'd like.
Hilarious.
Ha ha ha. Such a funny man. Russo wrote that 1,000,000%. Captain Rection, that's what they go. He's insisted he goes by Captain Rection now.
You say what you want about Hugh Morris, Bill DeMott. Decent in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, he was a decent worker.
We've said this plenty of times. Like, there are plenty of assholes in the wrestling industry. It doesn't take away from their body of work. Shawn Michaels is always the example I will go to. Before he found God, he was a prick.
Yeah.
Steiner struggles to roll out of the ring because the ramp's level with the ring.
He gets fascinated by these guys holding like the big Papa Pump sign. Like, he just doesn't leave them alone.
But he tries to tell them to shut up. But Steiner, I think, he's part of the new blood. So yeah, he is the heel in the scenario, isn't he?
I'm not sure. Classic wrestling logic. Distract them with females.
Yeah. Show that huge erection, your tits. That'll solve everything.
I don't get like Bill DeMott either, because the way he wrestled was like a brawler.
Yeah.
But he always had stupid gimmicks, like that wouldn't fit being a brawler. Like if they just stuck him in like camo shorts and sent him out as like Bill DeMott, he like would have been like a brawling, like Bam Bam Bigelow type.
Yeah, that would work.
It's weird, but they've always gave him these stupid like Hugh Morris, Captain Rection.
Maybe he was just quite agreeable as a performer.
I like the way Tony says it as well. Captain Rection.
Really inflecting how ridiculous it is.
Oh, they knew at this time.
Of course they did. Rection goes up to the top, and the girls are tempted to interfere, but they don't.
Yeah, they sort of get there and go, oh.
I'm not going to.
No, maybe it's not our time.
But he goes to do it again because obviously the girls missed their cue, and now the girls do it. You'd think he would have seen them come in.
Yeah. Oh, it's just, yeah.
Also, the referee in this match is more ginger than I am. How's that possible?
Oh yeah, he looks like the the Gingers Have Souls guy.
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Like him.
We do have souls. I've not thought about that for a long time.
We fucking don't.
Okay. Count, he says.
Now that's a hate crime, Scott. You leave that ginger man alone.
I don't think he does one of my favourite Scott Steiner things, where he goes for the pin and the ref drops down to count it and Steiner gets off and just does push-ups in the ref's face.
Yeah, he doesn't do a single push-up in this match.
I think he does.
I don't remember him doing one.
But he does it like randomly. I think he just drops down. It might be now.
Oh, it is right here, yeah.
Yeah, he just drops down and starts doing them.
Shut my mouth.
But he normally does it like in the pin and then just gets off and does it, and it's so obnoxious. Like, there's no need for it at all. The All-American Wolverine, did they just call him?
Yeah.
That's wrong. Whatever they are doing to Captain Rection, it doesn't look like it hurt at all.
They grabbed his hair a little bit and grabbed his collar a little bit.
Yeah, and just went, oh.
And then the ref legitimately fucks up here because his hand hits for the 3, but he had kicked out. He just didn't stop. And Scott comes out, you suck!
Scott Steiner.
And that's a shoot, I reckon. They try and throw some like ham-fisted dick jokes in here.
Yeah.
But they don't. None of them really quite make sense.
That is the worst looking bear hug.
It's because Scott Steiner could barely get his hands together to get the grip in.
I mean, I know Scott Steiner's arms are probably thicker than you and me combined.
Probably.
And it is probably very strong, but surely like pulling them into you and also this is something you don't see as well when they're doing the sleeper arm drop on the third one. He just keeps his arm in the air.
Rather than like stopping here. He's
like, rather than going for the he just like keeps it there and it's really weird and then all of a sudden he's awake.
Oh, drops them up basically on his head with that belly to belly as well. That's nasty.
And he's a big guy as well.
Yeah, Steiner's normally really good with his belly to belly suplexes, but he just didn't quite get the rotation there.
I don't know. It looked pretty good to me.
A lot of Goldberg t-shirts at the moment. Is this one of the times when he was injured?
Goldberg?
Yeah. Because that might have actually livened up this pay-per-view a little bit if he was there.
Yeah, I think he was gone at this point. He'd done the wrist injury where he cut himself on the glass.
Ah, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's already happened. Because when he had that injury and they wrote him off TV, he just never came back to WCW. I thought he said something else. But he just say right in the puss.
I think it sounds like he said puss, which doesn't.
Bigfoot! Shivani says Bigfoot.
Did he?
He does.
Oh, so that's where you stole it from.
I think I stole it from Halloween Havoc, to be fair.
Okay. A nice Bigfoot. You don't want Captain Rection running at you at full speed, do you?
No. Don't go for the same move 3 times, you Burke.
Have we learned nothing? Someone did that at Bound for Glory, didn't they? That was the one we did last time.
This double underhook.
It's supposed to be like a tiger driver.
Oh, God.
Captain Rection lands on his hip. That's the way he lands. That cannot have been fun.
Steiner just muscles him over.
Goes for a tombstone, I guess. And Rection counters, picks him up himself. And then goes for a sit-out tombstone, which is fucking dangerous.
Yeah, that's the move that put Austin out.
Yeah. Why would you ever want to do a sit-down one? The girls have jumped in the ring to interfere with whatever.
This makes me laugh. He's just like, nah, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway.
Moonsault, and then that is horrible. Scott goes to roll out of the way, doesn't quite get far enough away, and he just gets kicked in the head.
Right in the back of the head.
This, so far, 3 matches in, is a mess. Luckily, the match is pretty much over because we get the Steiner recliner and Rection submits in 2 seconds.
Yeah, straight on, and then just yelling, shut up at the ref.
He doesn't let go of the hold.
Shivani, did I say that right? Nope. Oh, right, okay.
And then if I check my notes here, chaos ensues. Misfits in action jump in. Bunch of other people jump from the back. I dare not try and name anybody that turns up because it's all just a blur of people.
I can name you one.
That isn't Chavo Guerrero.
Well, Booker T comes out.
Oh yeah, here comes Booker.
He comes out, gets in the ring, and then his music plays.
Yeah, Steiner kind of misses his cue for the kick as well. Like he stops midway through running towards the rope and then just carries on.
Yeah.
If he hadn't stopped, it would have timed perfectly. The Booker had to kind of overcompensate and just somehow stay up in the air with his leg in the air.
But he does. It's madness. We've said it before, but the way Booker moves is so
unique.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Never seen anybody move like him. And here comes that nasty moonsault on the replay. On the back of Scott's head.
He gets his shin like right on the back of the head.
He has to be concussed. Mean Gene is backstage with Chris Kanyon, who is set to face Mike Awesome.
Yes, he is. When I saw the lineup on this, I thought this is going to be match of the night.
You're probably right, but not in the way you probably thought.
Nah.
Yeah. Kanyon was another sad story, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Guy that just had a lot of bad luck.
A lot of bad luck and a lot of demons.
Yeah.
He battled with as well.
Both very common in the wrestling industry, though.
Yeah, speaking of, is Mike Awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what? Mullet Mike Awesome comes out, you know it's going to be a hell of a match.
Yes. Better than the Gladiator, was that his name?
Yeah, that was
In
his name.
FMW?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, he wrestled the same in FMW like he does here.
But obviously, the mullet means more power.
Yeah, they big up his power bomb quite a lot as
Yeah,
well.
it's literally, or the whole replay is him just power bombing people through tables, including Hulk Hogan.
So he'd not long debuted.
Yeah.
At this point, he debuted as the ECW champion, attacking Kevin Nash.
Yeah,
they didn't acknowledge him as ECW champion. They acknowledged it was Mike Awesome. You can hear a couple of ECW chants.
You do
through this. So I can't remember if he's still ECW champion at this point.
Okay.
I don't think he is. I think he jumped, and Bischoff wanted to stick the belt on TV, and Heyman said, "If you do that, we'll sue."
Right.
And that's when they did the match. They all agreed on it, where Awesome fought Taz for the ECW title, even though Taz was in WWE at the time.
Canyon never had any affiliation with them, did he?
With what, sorry?
ECW?
No.
I don't think so. But yeah, you get many ECW chants throughout it.
Did he?
I wouldn't know.
If he did, it wasn't very prominent.
Yeah. There is a point during this.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Diving over the top from Awesome to the outside, and
Jesus.
I'll never understand how someone as big as him can do something like that.
And there's the ECW chant, look.
Yeah. There is a point during this this match where Tony goes, "This is the new WCW, guys. Put it back immediately if what we've had so far is what we have to deal with." So they're pointing out here that Mike Awesome has history with both Jarrett and DDP in some aspects, and that is useful for later on in the show, but I don't know the context.
No, I don't really.
Was he anywhere near the title picture in WCW? I don't think he was he?
No, he came in as this, and then he did...
He had shit gimmicks, didn't he?
Yeah. I can't remember which one came first. It was either that 70s guy, and then he was the fat chick Thriller. But this is a prime example. Like, look at him, and the way he wrestles. How do you not know what to do with a guy like that?
Treat him like Luger.
He's better than Luger.
Exactly, but treat him like Luger from a booking standpoint, and you're fine. He probably talks better than Luger as well. I haven't heard much of Awesome's promo skills, but I'm pretty sure he'd probably be better than Luger.
Yeah, that's the one thing that he was lacking a bit. But he didn't need it. Just someone that he came with a history that you know that this guy is gonna just destroy people. So just let that do the talking. Oh, he jumps like
3/4 of the ring at least.
3/4 of the way across the ring.
From corner to corner as well, not coast to coast.
And they say he's 280 as well.
That looks about right. That's a tall man.
6'6", I think. So again, he's that weird where he's tall, but he's not tall enough to be a tall man.
He's not a giant, Yeah. Like a Taker or a Kane or a Show.
But the way he moves is still like impressive. But I think he was light years ahead of his time. Like Mike Awesome came 10 years too early.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm trying to imagine a point where he would have fit in best, and in which company specifically. Because obviously WCW didn't exist 10 years from this point.
Yeah. But FMW knew what to do with him. He was their heavyweight champ.
That's a big cultural difference, though, isn't it? We discussed that during the FMW show, I'm pretty sure, where because they were English speakers, they could pretty much say what they wanted, and it came across as just really aggressive and menacing.
As long as you just shout.
But because English native speakers, obviously, you need a better grasp on the language and to get over. This is mad that they've gone into the crowd there, and nobody's moving the crowd.
Yeah.
They're just slamming each other into the crowd, basically.
I mean, look at Mike Awesome. Are you going to go, I'm going to fight that man? No, you're not.
You say that somewhere during this match, there's a crowd that says, I could pin any of you. That's a sign that's in this show somewhere.
I'd have to question that man's credentials. I say man because no woman would be smart enough to bring a sign like that.
I know. It says can, not will.
So fair.
It's all talk. I can pin it.
I can, but I've hurt my knee.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
And you're lucky I don't want to. Oh, it does it again from the apron to the inside, just clears the top rope.
But he doesn't do it like a cruiserweight. He does it like a big guy.
Yeah, he's like a lawn dart.
Yeah.
He's just perfectly straight as he just goes straight over the top rope.
So one thing I did notice in this, and I don't know if I'm reading into it too much, they seem to make a lot of gay puns about Canyon.
Oh, because okay.
They say, oh, he's playing for the other team quite a lot.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that from his Dark Side of the Ring episode that it was never confirmed though, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
obviously he came out to people, but it wasn't until after his passing.
It was like an open secret, like everybody knew. I think one of them says, oh, he needs straightening out.
Yeah, it was a weird cultural thing where you weren't allowed to be a gay wrestler.
It's just stupid. Canyon, as far as in ring goes, every time you watch a Canyon match, you see something new.
Yeah.
Like he was such an innovator. I mean, not heavyweight champion material, but
a solid mid-card champion.
Yeah, 100%. Made the most out of everything.
Yeah, I think he had that lisp though, which kind of made it difficult promo-wise because it's hard to connect with the crowd that way. I think Cody's the only example. Like Cody and Dusty, they managed to make it work.
Yeah,
because they both had lisps. But anyone else, it kind of becomes a joke. I think people might struggle to take Canyon seriously.
Here it is. Mike Awesome gets to the top with a chair, and you just think, "Oh my life!"
Well, you think? I was thinking he might. Was he thinking drop kick? Was he thinking just coming down with the chair to the outside?
Yeah, that's one thing he did used to do in ECW a lot was like top rope chair shots where he'd like swing on the way down.
No, thank you. I don't want any of that.
He did it on Masato Tanaka quite a lot, and in his last ever match, which was I think it was the second one night stand.
Oh yeah.
Or the first one. I can't remember which one it was. He does it then, and he comes down and he looks at the chair afterwards, and it's like bent, and it's like, oh man.
So weird thing. I'm pretty sure I've seen the second one night stand and not the first one, which is weird. The one I remember is when RVD became world champion, which I'm pretty sure was the second one.
Yeah, sounds about right, doesn't it?
Awesome rolls through on a crossbody from Canyon there to get a near fall. Fair play to Canyon. He just picks Awesome up like he's nothing.
And does like a
flapjack, I guess.
Yeah.
You got to be able to get him up a decent amount to go from like a fireman's carry into a flapjack.
I think Canyon was like deceptively big because he's not like that ripped. Oh
That's
my!
A hell of an Alabama slam from Awesome there.
Canyon's back.
That made a hell of a noise.
Oh, this now.
He's going up for the Awesome bomb.
Oh
no! What is it with power bombs in this pay-per-view? Doesn't quite get the rotation, and Canyon might have broken his neck.
Yeah, right on the back of the neck and the shoulder.
All of your weight going onto that as well. But he's not done. He's pulling up the floor on the outside, so it's exposed concrete now.
I mean, around this time, you would have been familiar with like Mike Awesome in ECW, and if he does that in points, you could be thinking, shit, he's actually going to do this.
Yeah.
In the one night stand pay-per-view, there's a table on the outside, and he picks Tanaka up, and he power bombs him through the table, like from the inside of the ring to the outside through a table, and the crowd are going mad. And then just out of nowhere, Awesome just runs and just jumps to the outside and just splashes him while he's on the floor. And it's like, oh man. And the camera doesn't even catch it. He just does it for the sake of it. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Suplex of Awesome there as well. So Canyon lands on the back of his head again. So looking into this match before, because I didn't look at the results before I watched this at all. I just watched it blind. No contest was not what I would have thought.
Yeah, because of I think the relaxed rules.
Yeah,
there's no like interference.
But I also had considered that. I think looking at these two competitors, I'd have been like, well, Awesome's winning, obviously, and it looks like that's what they're teeing up for. But
oh man, you know how he said there's no one cooler than Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Yeah,
watching Kevin Nash come out to Wolfpack theme.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the fastest I've seen him move as well.
There we go.
The way Nash gets in the ring, he just like effortlessly steps over.
And with the big, long locks of hair, it just looks cool.
I think Nash was one of the few people that was actually 7 foot.
Yeah.
Because
So
I know
the match just falls apart because Nash interferes, and then so many of the new blood come down to attack him.
Candido's still in his ring gear.
And here comes Flair and Sting and so many members of the Millionaires Club, which I have quite literally now realised. I think that's what that M symbol was that Luger had on his tights in Greed. I think it's the Millionaires Club symbol.
I think it's him posing.
It's on Nash's t-shirt.
Oh, is it?
Right here. On the back of his shirt, he's got the same symbol. So I think it's the Millionaires Club.
Okay, right. Because his logo was like him posing as well. Because Chuck Palumbo has it on.
Yeah. It looked like Luger posing. Show us your back, Kevin.
Canyon's been dropped on his head twice. Absolutely just going mad, look.
Right there, you can see it on Kevin's back.
Yeah.
So I think it might be the Millionaires Club symbol.
It's the weird dot that looks like a face.
Yeah, it's because it's meant to look like someone flexing, yeah. So they dropped the Lex Luger gimmick, or the moniker at this point, because he's just called the Total Package.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
Weird, isn't it? Also, look more interested, Lex.
Kind of phoning it in at this point, isn't he?
He was with Elizabeth at this time,
Yep.
so I don't know if he's just selling the fact that
Elizabeth has got Elizabeth. Yeah. That makes more sense.
But he comes out like that anyway.
Yeah, that's just Luger. Also, the music he has is really weird. I don't know if he's always had that music.
Yeah.
It sounds like the opening credit scene to like fucking Terminator.
You ever played Star Fox?
Not recently.
It sounds like something off Star Fox.
I watched the Terminator for the first time the other day.
First one?
Yep.
What do you reckon?
Hasn't aged very well.
Nah.
The potential's there though. You can see what they were going for. I'm very excited to see Judgment Day because apparently it's a lot better.
Give me your money, your clothes, and your motorcycle. Yeah, the second one's the one with Robert Patrick.
And Edward Furlong?
Yep.
Is Linda Hamilton in it?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I watched the Terminator films. I'm pretty sure I watched them in the same night, 1 and 2.
Yeah, I've realised. I think Terminator 2, and I'm going to confirm this once I've watched it, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those that I watched when I was a kid and I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah,
I distinctly remember the lava scene.
The thumbs up.
Yeah, I distinctly remember that as a kid.
Isn't that 3?
Is it 3? 3 was like 2005, wasn't it?
Might be. I'm not sure. So I watched when I was a kid when I wasn't supposed to. I watched Alien.
That'll do it.
And yeah, I remember the chest burster scene like really vividly in my mind. Oh man.
Mine was The Exorcist. Managed to watch clips of that when I was like 7 years old. Good job I can appreciate it as a fantastic film now.
Yeah, I remember my parents had a VHS copy of Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
And I was fascinated by it. And my mum was always like, "You never watch that film. You never watch it." And I was like, "Why?" She'll never watch. And I was just fascinated with the fact that Uma Thurman's on the front with a gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is that?
What is this lady doing lay on the bed with a gun?"
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Don't watch it.
I have watched it.
Yeah.
Great film. The Luger, like, you done?
Yeah.
You done mucking around?
What's weird is 6 months later, they're the best of friends. They're in that tag match in Greed, aren't they?
Oh, they are, aren't they? I was trying to work out if they were.
Yeah, they're like the best of friends in a few months' time.
Yeah, I didn't click that. I for some reason I had it in my head that this was like the breakup of that tag team. Totally buff.
Totally buff. That was it. Yeah. No, because they have that tag team match where they just get pummeled by Palumbo and O'Hare, and they essentially no sell it after the end.
Yeah. They threw their toys into the pram. They threw them in to throw them out.
Pretty much. That's one of our best episodes as well, I think. So yeah, give that a look when you get a chance.
Look, Bagwell's just sweaty already. Look, that's probably oil.
It is probably oil. Yeah, I've never quite understood his look. It's strange.
The choice, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got to go to the shops looking like that.
With the sort of pencil Craig David.
Yeah, and like the really sculpted hairline on the front and back of his head. It's really shaped to a point on the back of his head. He looks like a really neglectful dad.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Bit of a lull in the card now.
Just a tad. Don't worry, their chaos picks right up.
Buff's face when he's taunting and he does that big grin.
He's so punchable, isn't he?
It's so yeah.
It's so good.
I love the fact when he comes out as well, like his pyro, because he turns around and goes.
He's just having a good time and being a despisable prick at the same time.
And getting his mum to phone in sick for him.
And then putting her on a fucking forklift.
Oh man, yeah.
That's one we got to cover somewhere down the line.
I'll look
Find
forward
the show
to it.
that's on.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, we'll find it. If there's anything we love on the Headlock Talkover podcast, it's a shit WCW show.
There's always some gold.
Always.
God, Luger's face just does not change, does it?
If you didn't know any better, you'd think he'd like Mickey Rourked himself, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very Nordic features, isn't he?
But almost like he's had work done and he can't move his features anymore.
Yeah.
There's also some Dolph Lundgren in there as well.
Yeah. He's American, isn't he, Dolph Lundgren?
I'm pretty sure he is, yeah. Obviously, he's got to have a heritage somewhere unless it's a complete stage name of Dolph Lundgren. You know what I meant.
You've just blown my mind. Is that his real name?
I don't know. Many people have stage names, and if you're going to pick one, Dolph Lundgren's not a bad one.
Because Sylvester Stallone, that's not his real name, is it?
No, that doesn't surprise me.
That's madness.
Like how Michael Keaton got his name.
Is his name not Michael Keaton?
His real name is Michael Douglas.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's like, and then he was like, oh, Buster Keaton. I like Buster Keaton. Michael Keaton.
I never made that connection. Fair play. Buff's laugh before he does that DDT. So stupid.
Perfect, not bad. Boy, they love ginger refs in this show, don't they?
I think it's the same one.
Is it? I thought it was a different one. Gives me hope.
Oh, he's getting extra leverage by putting his feet on the. How does that? It makes it worse, if anything, surely.
If he was pushing on the ropes, maybe.
Yeah.
Not just leaning on them. There you go. They say Hulk Hogan's real name again.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
There's got to be a reason.
Luger just stomping on the floor. Look. See, the double down spot, I think only works if the crowd are into it.
Which they are not right now.
They are not.
Little do they know the trip they are in for. That's a weird little frog splash.
I know.
It
keeps his legs straight the whole time. It's like a pencil.
Like a dolphin. That's a dolphin splash.
Oh, it's so weird.
Just wiping his face on Luger's hair as well.
I thought he had his thumbs in his mouth.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Has he just got weird thumbs?
Yeah, it's his thumbnails just being a lighter colour than his skin because he's so tanned.
Yeah. It's a weird choice of move as well, seeing as we've just seen Scott Steiner win with that move.
And that is not a Steiner recliner, not even close.
No. Steiner recliner never really looked very impactful.
Well,
to me anyway.
It really depends on the person taking it. We've said this during Rusev matches as well, I think.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that bat shot with Elizabeth.
It just whacks Rusev right on the knee.
Fucking smacks him.
That makes a noise. But no, with the camel clutch or the Steiner recliner, if your opponent's on your knees, it doesn't look as impactful. If they're sort of in is it upward dog? I guess that's the yoga pose you describe it as.
What?
Like up facing like dog when they're like flat to the floor. Hands on the floor and their back's like arched.
That's called a seal, isn't it?
Is it the seal? I'm not a yogi. I wouldn't
know.
know.
I don't know.
But when they're in that position, it looks so much
Sphinx.
more painful. Yeah, let's go with that. It just looks more painful when they're like that as opposed to being on their knees.
Yeah.
Which is what you had with Steiner's match there, is that he was on his knees, so it didn't quite look like it had the same impact. There comes Elizabeth with the bat, although Buff just takes it straight from her. Luger goes to stop Buff, but he's still holding the bat, so he gets a couple of hits from it from good measure. Oh, that's a good line, to be fair. Lex, how do you like your ribs? I hope broken. Here comes Elizabeth, hits.
Oh man,
hits Buff straight on the back. Elizabeth is stronger than she looks, isn't she?
She doesn't hold back with weapon shots. She's got big arms as well.
Yeah. And Luger gets Bagwell into the torture rack, and he submits quite quickly.
Everyone that's wrestled ends up with a bit of like confetti stuck to their back.
It's come from somewhere. Someone's entrance had it in. I can't remember who.
Was it Arquette?
Maybe. I thought it might have been.
Yeah, look at her arms. That's probably because she's been working out with Lex.
Probably.
She's got quite defined quads as well.
When you say work out, do you mean in the gym or
Yes,
in the bedroom?
Well, wherever. I don't know. Got to keep things fresh.
And then Chuck Palumbo comes out, attacks Luger while wearing the Millionaires Club gear, which is bizarre in itself.
Yeah. And he doesn't look like Chuck Palumbo there, because Chuck Palumbo, I think, is more muscly than that.
I said this, we're about 8 months removed from Greed.
Yeah.
So maybe he just packed on some mass in that time.
He looks very generic, doesn't he?
He does there. He's got quite an expressive face, though, to be fair.
Hmm.
Although you can't really tell while he stood next to Buff Bagwell. But hey.
Yeah. Just a ball of energy. Sticking him in a tag team with Sean O'Haire didn't do him any favours.
No, not really. But he also gets Luger into a torture rack of his own.
No, he doesn't. He holds him in the torture rack, but Bagwell puts him there.
He's still holding him in that torture rack position. And then Elizabeth gets kidnapped again.
It's like he got tired carrying her. He's like carrying her. Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting myself. Why does Shane Douglas sound so weird here?
I don't know. I'm not as familiar with him as you are.
Good promo, but he just sounds really weird.
So he basically just cuts a promo on Flair saying he's absolutely sick of him and he's going to put him down for good. I don't know why. I really like the fact that Douglas has got his hands on the camera lens.
What, doing the DDP?
Yeah.
Thing? It's so weird.
It really frames him, though, so you have to look at him.
I don't know why he sounds like that. Look into my eyes. It's really weird. But he's been open about his hatred for Ric Flair. Like, leading up to this, like, when he was ECW champion, they used to mention it a lot.
Well, ECW used to mention a lot of things that they shouldn't.
When he won the ECW title for the first time, and that's when they broke off the affiliation with NWA.
Right.
And it stopped being Eastern Championship Wrestling and became Extreme Championship Wrestling. That was the famous Shane Douglas promo. And even then, when he says Ric Flair, he goes, because he's listing NWA champions.
Right.
And he like grimaces when he says it.
Well, it's all come full circle then, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's why this match I was fascinated to see.
To be fair, that's some decent longevity to have that kind of forethought.
When I watched this, I don't know what happens to the audio there, but it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I just didn't expect it for Shane to just shout cut the damn music.
It's so loud. It's like they went in the back. Oh, he might say something. Oh my God, he shouted. So why would you do that? It's a Shane Douglas promo. You know what it's going to sound like because he talks like that, like just straight to the point.
It's like if you did the same thing for Scott Steiner. You know what to expect.
And he always laughs off mic as well.
Oh, we got Little Nature again. Together again.
Every time I hear someone say North Carolina, I think of the Kenny Omega thing. Carolina!
Oh, good wrestlers from North Carolina.
Ric Flair.
The Hardys.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair. There are others. I don't know any off the top of my head because Kenny's not from North Carolina.
David Flair.
Oh, David Flair. Of course. I forgot he existed.
Well, he's on this.
That was the joke.
Yeah. Oh, no! I'm caught up.
This is one of those weird times where Flair wrestles in street clothes.
Yeah. Well. It's almost like to me, like it makes his opponent seem like he's not worthy of getting into his gear. Like, you're that far below me.
That's not a connection I made. Whenever someone wrestles in a shirt, I just assume they're not as in shape as they could be.
But that's the impression I get.
Flair's never had that problem though.
No,
he's always been in shape. I mean, in WWE, he always wrestled in trunks.
Yeah,
I distinctly remember those red trunks that he always wore.
I mean, he's never been a body guy, but he was in shape. You wouldn't look at him and say that's a man that's never been in the gym.
No way.
But his wrestling prowess and like promo skills and charisma came first.
Yeah, well, obviously before the plane crash, he was like 300 pounds, wasn't he?
I'm not sure.
He was a big guy to start off with. And I think after the plane crash, he lost a load of weight and became this. Another example of someone using someone's finisher against him. Douglas gets Flair in the figure 4 leg lock.
There's a couple of times in this as well where I thought all the times that Shane Douglas has said that he hates Ric Flair, and it's absolutely legitimate because he'd say it in and out of the ring. And for them to be working together, I was like, you know what? Fair play.
Yeah, definitely.
But there is a couple of times, I think, where Flair chops him and it gets Douglas like in the throat because they look very high. They're sort of up here.
It's the kind of thing I would imagine Flair doing.
Yeah.
There's a tiny little fuck you.
Yeah, just remember who you're in the ring with.
Although, spoiler for a couple of minutes from now, Flair puts him over a little bit.
Well, I imagine they must have paid. You can get Ric Flair. You could get to do anything if you paid him well.
That is true. Yeah, the Flair, like when he's doing the chops, it's hurting his hand though. I don't remember him doing that for anybody. So there's something. Nice little low blow there for Flair.
It's so stupid. He does like a knife edge when he goes up. It's like, oh god.
That's because he spends like 5 seconds just measuring it. It's just like.
I had a discussion the other day with someone about what hurts more, getting kicked in the nuts or giving birth, and it was
Stupid question is what it is.
Well, exactly. Women give birth multiple times, and I've never heard a man say kick me in the balls again. So, I mean, just for absolute clarity, if anyone believes getting kicked in the balls hurts more than childbirth, you're fucking stupid. Yeah. Like, of course, giving birth hurts more.
Childbirth.
Like, I think it's the male equivalent of pissing out a golf ball.
Yeah.
Like it's
childbirth is the second most painful thing a human being can experience, and the first is being burned alive. So, no, thank you.
Yeah, no. But that being said, I don't think a woman will understand quite how badly it does hurt getting kicked in the balls, because it fucking hurts. Like, no, I'm not justifying the fact that I said like it's not comparable to childbirth, but it does fucking hurt. Like, it really fucking hurts. Like,
there's a reason you hear the audience go, "Ooh," whenever there's a low blow.
Yeah, and just getting tapped in the balls as well.
Worse.
It's I mean, you hit like I've had it before. I'm pretty sure you've had it before. Where you've knocked it and you feel sick.
Yeah.
Like, physically, you want to be sick.
No, but what's almost worse is that when we've gone on a fucking tangent, but let's go down this avenue. When you like accidentally do it to yourself, there's that 10-second window. You're like, is this gonna go the way I think it's gonna go?
Crumble.
And then
it's just the fucking worst. Anyway, Shane Douglas is doing
things
3 shit suplexes. It's the unfanciest 3 amigos I've ever seen.
Where's Eddie Guerrero when you need him?
Where was he in 2000?
I assumed he was here. Oh, no, he jumped ship at this point, hadn't he? He was with the Radicals.
Yes. Charles Robinson looks straight into the camera. 2!
These new WCW rules, they just... I'm really struggling to make sense of them because the ref is still counting to 5 for disqualifications.
Yeah, I think that they're relaxed. That's how they're justifying it.
Well, if you're going to be relaxed about something, be relaxed about submission holds and not chair shots to the head.
Yeah, I think if they'd have let the rules go completely, it would have been ECW. They still had to keep it like as a wrestling promotion.
We're teeing up for the figure 4.
Shinned him in the nuts. Shane Douglas, his voice is so loud you hear him. Oh God!
Oh, another. That's a stiff kick to the nuts as well. I don't think you could really fake that.
See, Douglas stood there like an artist. There, didn't he? Just waiting for the chop block.
Well, he'd just been kicked in the nuts. He wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't fancy moving after it happens. Have you ever been in a figure 4 leg lock?
No, I don't think I have.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah,
It's the reason it was so effective, like looking, is because that hurts. Oh look, someone's come down in a Sting mask.
They Yeah, they talk it up like it's Russo, don't they?
Yeah, they keep thinking it's Russo. Well, Buffer's come back as well to give Flair a right good drubbing. Shane Douglas gets the chain out from his trunks and then punches Flair in the nuts.
I don't think a chain would make any difference there. You know what I mean?
It'll make a slight difference. I can see why they could sort of bill that as being Russo. He looks very similar.
Yeah, they're both just charisma black holes.
I think it's the trench coat, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the kind of thing you could just imagine Russo having on. I think Russo's a bit busy keeping Elizabeth.
I think the microphone there, they don't turn it on quick enough, and Flair catches it because he says Russo a lot.
He says Russo like 4 or 5 times. But
Yeah.
I think who's actually under mask, which is David Flair,
Yeah, yeah.
is walking away. So I think he's actually calling him over because he's not listening.
It's not Russo.
Yeah. Russo.
Oh my God, Luger's facial expression just changed. I didn't catch that first.
Yeah, Luger's got a hold of the man in the Sting mask and he's dragging him into the ring.
The Batman.
The Batman, indeed.
There's Mr. Russo.
And one of the two says, "Who's this guy?"
I love the way they just say it so casually.
Yeah, so Russo's...
it was a miniature Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
of course it was.
Russo's come down to the ring, so it's not Russo, and they reveal that it's David Flair, and has been the whole time in that Sting mask.
I know they explain it, but I can't remember why. Why's he got that fucking watch on his neck?
I'm assuming it's a Rolex and it's something to do with Flair, so I'm guessing the eagle-eyed people might know that it's David before he takes the mask off.
Yeah, possibly.
So Russo gets 5 minutes in the ring with Flair. That was the agreement before the match.
Cross-chopping.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? But 5 minutes in the ring is the stipulation for what happens afterwards. 90 seconds?
Yeah,
in the ring.
It's not long at all, is it?
Russo just scrapped the 5 minutes thing right
More
sharpish.
Wolfpack theme. I love it.
Here comes Nash again.
And Kevin Nash is like, I've got to walk out again, for fuck's sake. I don't think he's ever rushed for anything in his life.
Nope.
Look at him. Just like, oh, I'm just going to walk out here. Has he got a toothpick?
I don't think so. Yeah, David Flair looks bloody young there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Who gave him the nickname Big Sexy? Because I like to think it was him.
It probably was.
That makes me laugh so much.
Oh, it's got to have been a WCW thing, because wasn't he Big Daddy Cool in WWF?
Yeah, he was.
Remind me who Daphne is? Because she's just turned up and attacked Nash.
Daphne was... Daphne.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad you clarified.
No, she was in TNA as Daphne.
Was she in the NWA show?
She was, but I think they billed her as Sharon.
Wow.
Was that or something else? Her name was Sharon something, I think. But she always went by Daphne. She was in TNA. She was the goth one. She'd had a thing with Abyss and Dr. Stevie, if you remember that.
Well, next up, we've got something I need a little clarification on. This is someone that kind of sparked a random memory for me. Never seen them wrestle before, but when I was a kid, I had a book which was like full of wrestling facts, and their name just kept coming up.
Vampiro.
And that would be Vampiro. So, tell me what you know about Vampiro.
He was a big star in the Mexican promotions.
Okay.
And if you hear him cut a promo, his cadence seems really off.
Yeah.
But I think that's because he wrestled in like Mexico for so long. I really liked him.
He looks cool, that's for sure. There's something to the character. He's got a charisma about him. Am I right in thinking they're booking him as someone who doesn't feel pain? That's the impression I got from this match.
Yeah,
they would really feel pain.
They were doing something weird with him. But like he feuded with Sting, and Sting, to my knowledge, went over every time. And it was like Vampiro's come out and said that Sting didn't want him wearing face paint and all sorts. Vampiro, did he commentate Lucha Underground?
He could have done.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He's got a cool look to him, I'll give him that.
He's, I think he's the reason why the Misfits were in WCW as well.
He was the leader of the Misfits, wasn't he?
Oh, no, the band, the Misfits.
Oh, right.
I think he was quite good friends with them, if I remember.
Okay. That might be why they were called the Misfits in Action.
What?
The group with Chavo Guerrero, they say that Vampiro's the leader of that
yeah.
group.
Oh, was he?
I think so.
Oh,
I think it was them. They said somebody in a match in this show was the leader. I'm pretty sure it was Vampiro. This is a different Sting entrance. Was Sting in Greed? I can't remember if he was. He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the main event, wasn't he?
He didn't have this entrance.
No.
Fucking love this entrance.
It makes my eyes go funny.
I wish we could have seen more of that because that was cool.
Yeah.
And that's following Vampiro, who also had quite a cool entrance.
He had that like grungy music that was like Pearl Jam-esque.
Yeah, kind of.
It was really cool.
So Vampiro's pretty much jumped Sting before he could even get to the ring. So you know this is going to be carnage.
But yeah, I think this feud could have been amazing.
Yeah.
But I only remember Sting beating Vampiro, and I remember they had a match in a graveyard that was really weird. Also, Sting just jumping to the outside.
Yeah. I mean, he did that 20 years after this.
Yeah,
he did. Surprised.
They had a match in a graveyard. They had this, and they had, I think it was called a Human Torch match.
Oh, bloody hell.
Where I can't remember. Well, but you had to set the person on fire.
I was going to say I could guess the rules for that.
Yeah.
It does not sound fun.
And I can't remember which one, but the match ends with them diving off the top of the Titantron on fire. And it's very clearly a stuntman that does it.
I think they point out in the video package, or they show in the video package, I should say, there's a point where Vampiro sort of hangs Sting while he's covered in blood.
Yeah.
It's quite a cool visual. So, yeah, I think I'd like to see more of Vampiro. So it's a shame I've never seen anything from him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty decent. Not a lot really happens in this match. But the crowd are just eating up everything Sting does.
Sting's always had that, though. He's always been one of the most over people in any company he's ever worked at.
Yeah.
There's something about him that he's just got, where people will just gravitate towards it, whether it was Surfer Sting or whether it was Crow Sting or even Joker Sting. There was always something. Vampiro not holding back with that lead pipe.
I mean, it was backhanded, and I think he did it with one hand.
He did do it with one hand, but he didn't do that swing with one hand.
I noticed he hit him quite close as well, so
not a lot of momentum behind it, but hitting him on the back with it, not so much.
Yeah.
We called him the Dark Angel.
Yeah, that was the nickname he was going on.
I'm trying to see what's on Vampiro's tights there.
I imagine it just says Vampiro.
Yeah, but because I don't know why, but the font, it almost looks like it's in Japanese kanji, because it's like red, and I don't know if it's a video quality thing or what. It just looks odd.
Yeah, it could be like gothic writing, like in blood, maybe.
Definitely
would fit the character. Is it skulls?
I don't know.
It looks like it's stuck on.
Possibly. I mean, it could be. They could just be iron on fucking things.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Vampiro was like almost proficient in like jiu-jitsu shit, because he did essentially Trouble in Paradise.
Load of spin kicks and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got those taekwondo's like spin kicks going on.
He quite impressed me in this match. As you said, nothing really happens in the match, but
hell of a worker.
I can see why. There you go. You can hear it there. Either Mark or Scott say that he feels no pain.
Mark Scott.
Scott.
Yeah.
Hudden. Madsen.
Hudden.
Yeah. Skarka Madsen. That's what I'll call him.
That'll work. That works. So is this this isn't a hardcore match or anything, is it? They're just
it's the relaxed WCW rules.
Right, yeah. He's an interesting looking guy.
Yeah.
Vampiro.
He's got enough to keep him interesting. He's got like distinguished features. He's got nice wide eyes which help with the character. But he's also got a gap in his teeth as well. There's just enough. Sting hits a powerbomb from the top. He doesn't do that very often, does he?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff that you don't normally see him do. His hair looks fantastic there as well. Those pincers are right on his nipples as well.
Oh dear. You don't want that.
No. Actually, the more you look at Sting, the weirder it gets. He's got like, looks like he's got hands reaching for his.
Yeah, they're the scorpion legs. Right, one Stinger splash.
And he's got the DDP thing on the back, look.
Yeah. 2 with the lead pipe. That does nothing.
Yeah.
It just hits the top of the turnbuckle. But Everyone in the crowd would think that would have done something.
He goes
Death
for like a
drop.
suplex and then goes, oh wait, what am I doing?
I don't do this move. Death drop. But he's not done. That would have ended the match. 2 stinger splashes and a death drop. He did 2, but because Vampiro doesn't feel pain, it takes a lot to put him down.
Yeah, I mean, just one more.
That's it. Stain wins after 2 stinger splashes and 2 scorpion death drops.
Look at David Arquette.
I don't even know how to start describing
More like
what the hell he's wearing.
Macho Man Randy Unsavage.
Good one.
Thanks. I look good.
He says he looks good. Do you look good, David?
Do you reckon he put that collar on before the outfit or after the outfit?
You mean like it's like a finishing touch?
Yeah, he went, this needs something else. I'm going to put a collar on. Or put the collar on and went, oh God, I cannot wait to put the rest of my outfit on.
Is it a collar?
Or is it, why, what would you...
I don't know.
A neck piece.
A choker.
A cravat.
A cravat.
How many times have I made that joke? Is it attached?
I don't know. I don't know if it's part of the outfit. Either way, he looks fabulous.
Speaking of fabulous,
Kevin Nash.
Look at Big Sexy.
He's looking for Eric, I believe. No, Mr. Russo.
Yeah,
He's looking to kick Vince Russo's ass.
He is looking for Vince. Thanks, Tony, for clearing that up for us. Let's go look into this dark room.
I mean, if I was Vince Russo.
Yeah, true. It's a big crowd. Like, there's no empty seats.
It's about 10,000 people, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Mike's backstage again. Yes, with Billy Kidman and Eric Bischoff, who's the special referee for the match.
Yeah, he's wearing a ref top.
Yep.
Has Billy Kidman always been a bad promo? Because I watched this and I was like, oh.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't remember a single one of his promos. So no, I'm inclined to believe you.
Me neither, that's why I asked the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna err on the side of yes, he's a bad promo. A good job he could move.
Yeah, he was good. Because he used to do like multiple matches per pay-per-views. I think he did 3
really
in a night at one point. So yeah, it definitely a good worker.
I don't want a Buff Daddy pendant. Pendant? It's supposed to be pendant.
Is there a number on there? Do you have to?
It's a PO box.
I would have liked to have rang it. Here he is.
Bischoff coming out to generic rock song number 5.
That's bad, isn't it? What was his WWE theme called again?
I'm back and better than ever. It's that one.
Oh, it was so good. So good.
Perfect for the smug asshole that was Eric Bischoff.
He's not actually like that though. It is all like an act.
I'm sure he's lovely.
On. And I had to say this because we have the same birthday.
I don't think I share my birthday with any wrestlers.
Off the top of my head, Eric Bischoff and Natalia have the same birthday as me.
Oh, you've got 2?
Yeah.
You've got enough for both of us.
Also, Christopher Lee and Vincent Price. So 2 horror guys as well.
I mean, I have Prince Harry and Jimmy Carr.
My stepdad has Jimmy Savile, which is also Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah, how weird's that?
Oh, I know. Tom Hardy, actually. I share birthday with Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's a good one, yeah.
Should have gone with that first, really.
Yeah, lead with Tom.
And not with Harry.
Kidman, he has like an unexpressive face, but it works for him.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Just about to say, like, he's charismatic, but not at the same time.
Oh, underrated Hulk Hogan theme, American Made. Horace Boulder, we've seen him before.
Yeah, we have. Looks different now, though.
Like, yeah, with his not dyed beard.
8 years later.
Jesus. His beard is very strange.
Yeah.
It's very sharp. Like sharp edges.
They give themselves a right good grooming. They take care of themselves. You think Hogan's mustache just does that naturally? No, sir.
Nothing about Hogan does it naturally. Did we ever get to the bottom of why they're calling him Terry Bollea?
No, I don't know if it's like just an insult.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, sort of stripping the Hulk off him.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't mind going into the tall grass with Tori Wilson.
Shut up, whichever one of the two of you it was that said that.
Have you not seen Jurassic Park 2? Don't go into the long grass. God.
I think the moral of Jurassic Park just don't go into Jurassic Park.
Don't try and be God.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's watch this Hulk Hogan match. Full circle. See,
Yeah.
that was good. Oh man, I love Jurassic Park. Oh no, we're not gonna. No. We talk about wrestling on this podcast.
Yeah.
Peter Postlethwaite's best role, perhaps Jurassic Park 2.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
When you've got Usual Suspects and Inception, I don't think so.
He was in Inception for like 10 minutes.
You got Usual Suspects?
Yeah, I can only really remember him during the ending, the out bit, the out bit, the bit where he gets in the car and drives away.
Yeah. No, I remember they're in a pool hall and he approaches all 5 of them and he propositions them as to what Kaiser Soze wants them to do.
Yeah, I remember.
And he's dead serious the entire time.
This bit, sorry. No, I'm not sorry because we're talking about wrestling.
Hogan not being able to lift up Billy Kidman. Yeah, what you're talking about.
Are we supposed to believe that Hogan can't lift up Billy Kidman? Hogan is literally twice the size
in height and weight.
And then
he just throws him onto the ropes and crotches him.
He just lifts him up, just deadlifts him.
By his head.
And this is a testament to Kidman as well. Hogan is working in this.
Oh, yeah. Bearing in mind, the last episode we did was 11 years after this, and it was his last match.
Yeah, there wasn't much working in that.
It's chalk and cheese in comparison.
What does FNUB mean?
FUNB, FU, New Blood.
Oh, fuck. Oh, Bischoff's not going to let that chair fly.
Not if it's flying toward Billy Kidman's head, he's not.
See that? Just lifts him above his head. No danger.
Drops him onto the chair, but Bischoff does nothing.
It's because he didn't use I think they say on commentary that he didn't hit Kidman with the chair.
He hit the chair with Kidman.
Yeah.
And I can quite easily imagine Hulk Hogan just grabbing Kidman by the legs and just...
Yeah. Like some kind of bat. Look at that. Hogan takes a Hurricane Rana. And a drop kick. He's taking bumps.
Yeah, he bumps for a drop kick from Billy Kidman.
It's madness, isn't it? Because they even start talking about it on commentary. Has anyone Hurricane Rana Hogan before?
Can't have done. He's from a different era. It's just strange.
I don't know. I've seen matches that he had in Japan, and he's doing like leapfrogs and drop downs.
Yeah, we've
things,
discussed this before. Yeah. I'm yet to see a match of his in Japan.
Wow.
And I believe you.
We'll have to get on that.
There have been some interesting people who have gone up to Japan and done that stuff, like Brock Lesnar. I know he had a match in Japan with Shinsuke Nakamura.
That'll be interesting.
Yep. And this was when, I think, just before the UFC.
Yeah, it was that in-between period, wasn't it?
When he failed to be a footballer. Tori Wilson at ringside as well, which is also strange. It's weird seeing a lot of those, for lack of a better term, divas when they were in WCW, because we did the same with Stacy Keibler when she was Sean Stasiak's valet.
Yep.
I didn't know either of them did anything before they were in WWE.
Yeah, Stasiak was not big in WCW, but he was featured a lot. Also, maybe you can shed some light as to what this means, because they say it on commentary. I wrote it down. Hang on. If you were a hot woman, I'd get out of town.
I'm assuming he's just insulting the other commentator, saying he's ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were fit, get out. What? Every Hogan match we seem to have done on this, he whips someone with his belt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Other than like the 80s, it's kind of what he did.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it was the switch to Hollywood. I don't think he did it too much with the yellow and red era when he was in WWE.
Yeah, it's not really a face thing to do, is it?
Nope. But then he just kept it and started whipping everybody. And now Cody's half co-opted it. Kind of.
Has Cody whipped anyone?
The Rock's whipped him.
Yeah, that's what I don't remember Cody actually whipping anyone.
No, he's normally throwing it into the crowd, so it's too late.
Yeah.
You trying to hip toss Hogan, are you, Billy?
I used to do that with my brother, that backflip thing.
Yeah. I don't see the point of it.
No, just to show, look how athletic I am.
Yeah, so a hip toss position, leg on the back of their head, and then just throw yourself backwards.
Yeah, my brother and me used to do it when we were kids.
Here they are, brought to the outside, Hogan in control, just throwing him about like a ragdoll, really.
That fan just clapping in his face. Yeah! Get hit again! Unbelievable. Wonder what they're up to.
Fan?
Yeah. Did you remember when I clapped at Billy Kidman? down the pub with his mates.
Memories.
Wonder if he even knows he's on Slamboree.
Depends how many drinks deep he is. Hogan going for the pin, though, and Bischoff is distracted by something.
He was tucking his shirt in, I think.
Oh, dear.
Crowd hate him, though. See, they're chanting asshole at Bischoff.
Yeah. Well, he's advocate for the new blood, so yep. No, Hogan confronting him and being like, why aren't you counting?
I didn't see it. He looks directly at the pin and shakes his head.
Oh, misses an elbow drop. Misses another elbow drop.
Superior quickness.
Misses a third elbow drop.
It's superior quickness, yet Hogan's somehow falling in slow motion.
Back to the outside we go. Bischoff, what are you doing, mate? He just lay down on the apron and then got back up again.
It might because Hogan was in control and then maybe Kidman took control, I guess.
Possibly. But they're just throwing each other over
toilet
tables
roll
now.
Is that just stacks of toilet roll under the announce table?
Maybe.
What was that?
Best not to ask.
No. Ask no questions, hear no lies. It's time to put it in the injury mode. Yep. Oh.
What does that even mean? Oh,
damn.
You're in trouble now, Billy.
Maybe this is injury mode.
Yeah.
Because he can't Hulk up because he's Terry Bollea, and he can't Terry up because that's weird. So maybe injury up?
I guess. Big foot, though. Got a nice big foot from Hogan.
Got a nice boot. It's like,
that fan was trying to rip his shit.
Yeah.
But he's thinner than me, so he couldn't. But Bischoff stops the leg drop. Oh, Hogan just clocks Bischoff. And there's the leg drop. But you can't pin him now, can you, Hogan? You've messed up.
I thought he was going to go for the pin. I'm going to knock this referee out and then pin him. Those punches are nowhere near Kidman.
Oh, but Bischoff comes back in with a chair. Ooh.
Oh, God. Hogan with a chair.
Hogan. Oh, well, at least he hit him with it and didn't tap it.
I was going to say, these are the stiffest chair shots. Because we've spoke about it before, haven't we? The one he did on... I've found it again since it was on Conan.
Yeah.
Where Conan's hanging outside the ring and he just taps him like that. and Schiavone just goes, what? And it's so good. Oh, so Hogan getting a table out is really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. That really doesn't feel right.
It just looks so strange. Why is he getting two?
Because that's what the fans want, obviously. They want tables.
They just keep chanting tables. He's like, for God's sake, like 10.
At this point, I was like, well, Bischoff and Kidman are the only two people that can go through those tables.
Mm-hmm.
And we both know how strong tables are. So I didn't hold up much hope here.
Are they strong? The legs have fallen off. Well, Speaking of legs, look at Tori's quads. That's mental.
Pretty stacked quads, to be fair. I think with Hope, that table has completely collapsed. Like,
yeah,
they're broken. But they don't have the brackets on, I don't think, where you slide them into place so it stops itself from collapsing.
Right.
Either they don't have them, or Hogan just hasn't used them.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
You can see him using them now.
He probably doesn't know how to use it, does he? He has people like that. It's like if Bubba ever set up a table in the Dudleys, he'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Devon! Yeah. Quick! But he just gets the tables. Does he set them up?
That's a very good point.
And now we've got essentially a handicap match because Bischoff's just doing what he can and Kidman's whacking Hogan with a chair.
That chair is really bent. Like someone got...
Both of them. 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah, getting the pin yet, Kidman. Hogan busted open, though, from something.
Whoever's on commentary goes, that was a slow count! What am I saying? Because he realises it's Kidman that he's doing a slow count to, and it's... Hogan's bleeding from the back of his head.
And his forehead. Oh, nice big foot through the chair, though, and a low blow to Bischoff.
Another powerbomb.
Yeah, Hogan doesn't really pick people up.
No, it's crazy, isn't it? It's
drops Bischoff through the table, and that one breaks quite nicely.
It's weird to see like Hogan all this time did like certain layouts of his matches. You know what they were going to go. Did certain moves, and this just proves that he could still go. Like even at this time.
But he's grabbed a third table. He can't get it into the ring, though.
God, he's not having much luck with him, is he?
The leg's stood up on its own.
No, it's stuck under the apron.
Just practice a little bit. It's not hard, Terry.
Imagine that. You get to the arena, right, I need to practice with these tables.
Kidman ain't done with him, though. Low blow and more chair shots.
See, Kidman knows how to set it up, look.
In his first rodeo.
Oh,
You were saying?
Maybe not.
He hadn't put the brackets up.
He's like, fuck it, old Terry.
He also needs to practice. Don't put him on that table. He's 300 pounds. I'll break on its own.
Oh, it's bowed a bit, isn't it? Look.
Yeah. Kidman's up top. Hogan moves. The table does break despite Kidman pretty much hits it with his hips.
Yeah, he overshoots, I think, just to compensate Hogan rolling off.
And here comes Horace. Counts the pin on behalf of Bischoff by holding his hand.
Mental.
Absolute insanity.
God, that theme, man.
I don't know. I think I prefer Real American.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah,
Stop being wrong.
I don't.
No, it makes me want to. What's American? What's American things?
Eat apple pie.
Yeah, NASCAR. It makes me want to watch cars do circles. No, oval. No.
Same thing.
Yeah, laps.
500 times in a circle. Oh, Russo's trying to run away with a Sherry. Is it Sherry
It's Elizabeth.
It's Elizabeth.
Get that camera out of here. Also, this bit made me fucking roar with laughter. Look at Nash just strolling casually in the back.
Myers-ing his way down.
And he takes a drink of water. Is it water? Or
Might be beer, I don't know.
Has he ever rushed for anything in his life?
No, I've never seen him run down to the ring to make a save. You make a good point.
He's just Big Daddy cool.
That's how he's so cool. He just doesn't care quite enough about anything.
Yeah. Oh, and this is, the build-up to David Arquette winning the title.
Yeah, which was a bit of a mess. Yeah, WCW had this awful habit of just playing the old clips.
Yeah.
They didn't add anything to it. It was just a bunch of replays. If you think about, like, the My Way video package, they elevated it with the music and there was some voiceover.
Yeah, like recapping almost. Yeah. This is literally just watching old episodes of Nitro and Thunder.
Yeah.
Courtney Cox.
Oh, okay. There she is.
Yeah.
You told me she was here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was her.
Actually, Courtney Cox on WCW TV.
Oh, okay. You can't shout to save your life, can you?
Slappy.
Slappy. Is that supposed to be short for slap nuts? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm going to start calling people Slappy.
Makes me think of Goosebumps.
Goosebumps?
You know, remember the dummy in Goosebumps?
No.
His name was Slappy.
Amazing. Bischoff says you're going to defend it in a triple dance. What's a triple dance?
He can't say triple threat. It's trademarked.
That makes, makes sense.
Which is why, like, AEW call them four-way matches or three-way matches. Because triple threat and fatal four-way are trademarks.
Yeah, because they have three-way dance, don't they? Mind you, three-way dance was an ECW thing, wasn't it?
You're going to know better than I will.
Yeah.
And now Mean Gene's backstage with Jarrett. Calls him a geriatric slap ass and just says slap ass again.
Just slap-based insults. They're going to be flossing with my shoelaces.
What the hell does that mean?
I think he's going to kick him in the face, I guess.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Maybe do your laces up, then you won't have that problem.
Flopping around. Slappy.
Slap ass.
Slap my slap laces.
Oh, here's Mr. Buffer.
Is that because you can't remember whether it's Bruce or Michael?
Don't worry about that.
I'm on to you, Slappy. Yeah, that's the last time I do that.
Don't you fucking lie to me.
Slapberry, more like. Gonna get some coffee.
I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I feel like, I'm assuming that's Michael. You don't know either, do you?
No, I got no idea, no.
Mr. Buffer's skills don't quite translate into wrestling, I don't think.
Yeah, it just seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's either boxing or MMA, it should be.
Yeah, because they're legitimate, like, fighting sports. It's easier to create a big fight feel. And I think that goes back to my point about WWE and their video packages, because that's what made their matches feel like they were big fight things.
I think also that and announcing competitors when they're already in the ring just makes it seem...
But that's from boxing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's weird what they've sort of picked and chosen to transfer between sports.
This rip-off Prodigy music.
Yeah. I genuinely didn't see the cage up until this point. I know it appeared on screen while we've watched it this time round, but when I first watched it, didn't see it at all.
There's 3 of them.
Well, it's because they collapse into each other like a nesting doll.
Nesting doll.
Ed, tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I can see it exactly. It's like one of those pop-up tents you get.
Yeah, exactly.
Oof, done. Let's go camping.
Or like those cheap Christmas decorations you would get where they come out flat. You unhook it and it just opens up.
Yeah.
So we've got a cage, and then a cage full of weapons, and then a cage full of specifically guitars. And you've got to get to the top of all 3 cages and grab the title.
Look at the state of that cage as well.
If you look as well, you see quite just how close the cage is to the audience.
Yeah, there's a bit later on in the match, where they throw someone into it and it like wobbles and it's like, oh god, and it like is so close to hitting someone in the audience.
Oh, you need the sparks, do you guys?
Jarrett's music starts with that really ominous chosen one. It just doesn't seem to fit. The way Jarrett walks is he walks with like such a purpose.
Yeah. It's one of the things that makes him such a good heel is that he's constantly just talking smack while he's walking.
He looks really intense, even with the way he walks. Like he's not getting from like the entrance to the cage. Like he's really getting to the entrance to the cage. Like he means it.
Yeah, he's like almost like the not anti, but like the anti version of Austin.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a good analogy. Yeah.
Heel effect rather than face effect. Why are they talking about Ready to Rumble? Have I missed something?
It's
we covered that movie. Is that the one we covered?
No, we covered No Holds Barred. Ready to Rumble is David Arquette, isn't it?
One, right? That's why I was confused. In case it's not obvious, I've forgotten most of No Holds Barred by this point.
It felt like a fever dream.
Yeah.
Look at David Arquette.
It's supposed to be lightning across his chest, but
he looks like dead Elvis.
He's not wrong.
Right, yeah. Okay. So David Arquette got a lot of flack for this. But
from who?
Everyone. Like fans, because it was a bad idea putting the title on David Arquette.
Yeah.
But in doing research for this, he donated all of the money that he made from his title run to Owen Hart, Brian Pillman, and Droz. Like Darren Drozdov, he gave the families the money that he earned.
That's pretty neat.
So, like, yeah, a super nice guy.
I don't doubt it.
And it's not his fault that they booked the title to be on him, because he was a big wrestling fan.
But in fairness, he still wrestles now.
Yeah. He's almost like he's now brought prestige to his title run that happened
kind of
like 20 years ago.
Like retroactively, yeah. I know what you mean. Do you remember the match he had with Nick Gage?
I remember it happening.
Yeah. A death match with Nick Gage.
I haven't seen it, but
and apparently, like as I would be in the same situation, Arquette was terrified.
Yeah.
This is Nick Gage we're talking about here, and he spent a lot of time talking with him, saying what he did and didn't want to happen. And apparently, Nick Gage kind of took some liberties in the match.
Oh, really? The guy convicted of armed robbery took some liberties.
Yeah,
that is legit, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know him that well, but I know during the match, Nick Gage botched a spot, possibly with glass, and cut Arquette's neck. And
is that why he's got that neckerchief on?
Maybe.
I know that.
He just knew it was going to happen.
Is that why he's got that neckerchief on 20 years in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah. Protection.
But
don't get my neck.
I've seen the clip of it where Arquette gets cut and he realises what's happened and he panics. He grabs Gage by the throat and sort of pushes him to the ground and is like holding him to the ground, and he realises that he fucked up because he's just tried to manhandle Nick Gage.
Yeah. This is what I mean. Look, when they start throwing people into the cage,
throwing Jarrett into the cage, and it's almost hitting the barrier.
They got to climb that fucking thing.
I don't want to.
It's madness.
Luckily, they climb it from the inside, which isn't so bad.
Yeah, I spent the whole time that DDT. Oh, but that's the door there, isn't it? Because I spent the whole time trying to work out if they got to go on the outside to get up.
Nope, there's a hatch in the ceiling.
See, Arquette's an athletic guy. He just vaulted over the ropes to get out.
Well, I'm sure he had plenty of practice in his 4 weeks with the company. Can't have been long.
No, I don't think it was. I think he had the title for a week, didn't he?
Sounds about right.
I wonder what Jarrett was doing. He's just got his leg up, like, go on.
I completely missed that on my first. So Arquette goes up to the top. Jarrett's already got his leg up, ready to stop the dive, and just moves anyway.
I don't know if he was trying to get the leg up to like give himself some momentum to
But
get.
if someone's diving, you
way.
put the leg up. You can like time it right where their chin. Hits
Yeah.
I wondered if that's what he was going for.
Maybe. What I meant was like he was using the momentum from his legs to try and.
I get you. Stop running into the side of the cage.
It doesn't look impactful and it looks dangerous and something's fallen off it. What is that?
I think that's part of Arquette's attire. That happened a couple of times.
Right, that's a tassel.
Yeah, he's lost a tassel or a sequin.
Into the actor.
Stop throwing each other into the side.
I'll let you into a
cage.
secret. They're all actors, Shivani. All they have to do now is just get a ladder and get through that tiny hatch and get up. That's all you have to do. Oh, thanks, Tony Shivani.
Oh, Arquette gets a nice hit on the head.
What's going on with his beard? It's got like a hole in the chin.
He might have a bald patch.
In his beard?
Yeah, I've got one.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have one like here as well. Yeah.
There you go.
It's me mocking you and David Arquette. I'm just going to look down now for the rest of the...
Bit of a slow affair, this one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of meandering, isn't there, in this?
Whereas realistically, you could get Arquette, scared as he is, to keep Jarrett busy.
See, where that door is in the top, the ladder doesn't even get underneath it. So you have to, like, climb the ladder and then lean back a little bit to get up there.
Well, it depends on where you position it, I guess. It's just on them.
I wonder if you can get up to it from the top rope.
Probably. You need a hell of a leap, but I think you could do it.
You shed the blood at the bottom, you get the glory at the top.
Thanks. Glad you're here.
Thanks, commentator number 2.
I can't remember. Was it Scott Hudson and Mark Madden? Yeah, one of those two.
Scott Madden.
Yeah. Gark Madsen. That's what we said earlier, I think.
Oh.
DDP did not want to go for that back body drop.
Yeah, he didn't really have a choice, did he?
Nope.
A triple cage, but there's 4 levels. If one of them is the floor,
yeah,
surely.
Or the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see how he turned then? Because the ladder sort of like slipped a bit. He was like, "I'm not going into that corner. You are having a giraffe, mate."
It's just so slow. That's the problem. Either with the fact they're just throwing ladders at each other.
Yeah, I don't know if they were having to stretch time, maybe.
Possibly. But where would the time have been cut from?
I can't even remember what matches are on.
Vampira won, maybe 10 minutes, so that might have been it. Stasiak match was fine.
They had Shane Douglas versus Ric Flair.
Yeah, I guess.
Flair's got a habit of doing things, doesn't he?
The Terry Funk match went on way too long, so it wasn't that one.
I wonder if Steiner got injured in his, because he got that kick to the back of the head, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he just went, "Nope, I'm concussed. I'm ending this now."
Give me a fucking break.
Only Scott Steiner could go, "Right, now I'm concussed," and just carry on. Diagnose himself.
Oh, God. The ladder hits the camera.
Page just like holds up and just like pushes the ladder with his feet. Oh, it's pretty smart.
Just a shame there was a cameraman there, really. Look at that tiny hatch. Where DDP's about to get up. And he's on the second level.
Oh, I thought that they had a bit more trouble getting up. That's a cool camera view, that is. It looks like a game.
Is it? Yeah, it was like Resident Evil, isn't it? Because it's like fixed.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean, though. At that point, you could have just had Arquette distracting Jarrett while DDP's in the second cage.
Oh, yeah, Arquette's still in this, isn't he?
Yeah, he's there. He's on the floor somewhere, just killing time, I guess, having a nap.
You can't even see him, even like on that camera.
I think he might be in the back corner from where that camera is. But we're not here to look at Arquette, are we? Obviously.
I don't know if that door that they just throw him into. I don't know if that was supposed to break or not.
Oh, he opened it.
Right.
That's how you climb up the second one.
Oh, of course it is.
Although the third cage just has a massive hole in the side where you reach in to grab those guitars.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
More of a cave than a cage. You hit him with that glass tray. Oh, that's a plastic tray, but still, it's shattered.
Look at DDP just punching the air. I'm so angry.
There's Arquette up and running. So the more this match went on, the more I just kept thinking, Arquette's playing them both here.
See, was that supposed to happen
I
as
don't
well?
know if that was supposed to happen, and if it wasn't, I bet they were both fucking terrified.
Yeah.
So they run into the side of the second cage, and the panel of the cage just collapses. So if that wasn't meant to happen, they could have ended up in the crowd.
God, imagine if it had happened when they were climbing it on the outside.
Yeah. I think they said this earlier on commentary as well, but there's literally a kitchen sink.
Oh, yeah, it's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hung up.
So they're throwing everything and the kitchen sink.
Oh, God.
Don't set up a table on that rickety ass floor. It's like trying to set one up in a bouncy castle. It's just not going to happen.
Oh,
Never mind. Just about.
the first thing that went through my head is imagine if it, like, landed on its side and then he slammed him on the side of the table. Oh.
Well, they've done that with chairs now, so...
Yeah, when they stack them back to back and there's like a point. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
Poor Adam Cole's spine. Someone else took that spot as well, but I can't remember who it was.
I think Zane's took it a few times.
It's
or
insane.
Owens, maybe. You just jump off to avoid getting hit by the chair.
But got hit anyway.
Yeah, really weird.
Yeah, I would not want to be walking on that floor.
Just looks horrible, doesn't it?
Well, this was before the point where they started reinforcing the top of the cage, because this is still a year or two after the Mankind incident with the Undertaker at Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that was 98, I think. Arquette's still on the lower level, just waiting and watching, not sure what to do.
Yeah, a bit weird, isn't it?
There you go. And he just finally decides to join them up there to save his friend DDP.
Can't even open the door.
Leaves the door open. Were you born in a barn, David? There you go. This sort of cemented my thought, because he's already climbed to the top of the second cage, Arquette has.
But where the hell did Mike Awesome come from?
Yeah, he came out of fucking nowhere. He must have climbed the actual side of the cage.
Like an absolute ninja.
Like we said they shouldn't.
And the worst bit of the pay-per-view for me now, Mike Awesome botches the diamond cutter.
Oh,
pains me to say it. He kind of takes it like a neck breaker where he spins.
He can't always be a perfect baby boy.
Everybody gets one.
We'll find more.
Does that mean we're going to watch more Mike Awesome matches?
Yes, we are.
Oh, yes.
You keep forgetting he's in certain pay-per-views. We're going to do it accidentally.
Yeah.
But Arquette's just chilling on the top of the top cage.
Oh, my God. Look at Jarrett. I
wouldn't onto the wire, holding up the cages to stop him from falling 40 feet.
Oh, no, I conveniently fell into this cage of ladders, of guitars, sorry. Oh, no. And this is a cool spot.
They just keep swinging guitars at each other and just hitting the cage.
I don't know what they're made of, like fiberglass?
The wood equivalent, I guess. DDP hands Arquette a guitar while he's on the top of the cage and closes the door so it's harder for Jarrett to get out.
What does it say on the back of that guitar? There's something written on it?
I didn't notice, to be honest with you.
Like, real one. do not use. That's a cool shot, to be fair, where it just pans down and shows you like all of the cages.
The entire carnage that's happened so far.
Just grab the belt, man. What are you doing?
And he'd still be champion. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to stay champion. That's the problem.
Give it up then. What's wrong with you, Dave?
Bischoff wouldn't let him. Because he's cruel. And
no.
Just twats DDP on the head.
And Jarrett does as well. But Arquette absolutely murks him with it.
Well, I think he had to overcompensate for the lack of strength he has in comparison.
Just swing it as hard as he can.
And Arquette just hands Jarrett the win.
That was awkward. He was like, hug. Is he looking directly into the camera as well?
Probably.
He's a modern day Laurence Olivier. Can't remember really what happens now.
I can.
I can. Yeah. Canyon just appears on top of the cage.
Starts attacking Awesome. but also just yeets him off the fucking cage onto the ramp outside.
That thud when Canyon lands.
Luckily, because you can see that all the carpet or the canvas they've got on the ramp crumples, I think that's a softer part of the ramp. I hope for the Canyon's sake that it was anyway.
One thing I really like about Mike Awesome is he does it there. He like hardly panders to the crowd. So if you were going to throw someone off the top of the cage like that, you'd go you'd point, you'd make a big spectacle, but he just grabs him and fucking does it. Yes.
And then they do the weird WCW thing they love to do where they're out of time, despite the fact it's a pay-per-view and they pretty much could go as long as they want to. They just sort of cut the feed.
I suppose,
celebration.
Yeah, if you end chaos, it makes you want to watch it, doesn't it? Because
that's a Russoism right there.
Yeah, maybe subconsciously because it wasn't ended, you need closure, so you'd have to tune in next time. I guess I don't know.
That's the only way I can think of it. But it's got Russo written all over it.
Yeah,
and yeah, what a fucking mess that whole show was.
It wasn't bad.
No, I've definitely seen worse WCW pay-per-views, but it's overbooked in the way that only Russo can do. I feel like you liked it more than I do.
Yeah, well, there were some good matches on it.
Yeah, the Terry Funk one, less said about that the better. But like,
it had Terry Funk on and it had Mike Awesome on. I'm easily pleased.
Then you've got Sting and Flair and Hogan. Got to take the good with the bad. And on that note, thank you for listening or watching us talk over WCW Slamboree 2000. As always, consider giving us a like, a follow, a subscribe, or whatever helps us wherever you are. Share it with anyone you know who might like it. We will catch you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.